What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? We are back with another boom bam stream, guys. हमारा मैच ऑलरेडी चालू हो चुका है पबजी का और निहाल का भी मैच साइड बाय साइड चालू है. दोनों मैचेस देख रहा हूं मैं. इट्स गोना बी इनसेन. हेलो एवरीवन. हेलो 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 हेलो. वी आर लाइव. यप 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 यप. मॉर्टल इज लाइव. एस नोटिफिकेशन गया ही नहीं क्या इसकी बैंड की. सही जगह लाइव हूं ना मैं. सब चालू है ना. हेलो गाइस. हाय 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 हाय. और मैच इज
somewhere in the map.
ऑन. मैं थोड़ा लेट हो गया.
That's for sure, but that's what I'm
कहीं
talking
बाहर
about
था
here
मैं.
with the S8UL leaving the concrete west of Cantare.
We are in a good position right now. निहाल का मैच भी लगा लूं भाई. इंटेंस हो गया है बहुत. क्या जीते हम लोग वो वाला मैच.
TMO on the northern side, if they see that's free, that's actually quite the playable space,
लाजाविक के
especially
साथ
with the next
चालू है.
circle. Goes towards them here. There's only a little bit unplayable on that south side towards Las Leonas.
इतने लेट का है मैच देखने आए हो ना भाऊ.
It's looking kind of good for a VP and SAUL game to start things off with. Oh, that did not work out as intended. Schengen pushes in here and gets.
मेरे आते ही बूम बाम शुरू हो गया guys.
I was about to say how many minutes.
I am good. How are you guys? Hello.
And I was going to say not many because.
Good night to everyone and good morning to the night owls.
Circle like this as these teams are trying to push on positions that are already taken. As Ares wants to try and find a little bit of an angle on the hive. Intrusion that has occurred here down on church location, but he's going to have to move on away.
We are in a good spot in the zone, by the way.
Bit of a brutal wound.
Hope for comeback.
Since they're in last place with 6 points, right? It's truly the hardest place for them to be playing out from, considering that they did pretty well in the playoffs to be able to get themselves on through.
Yeah, that's a big thing obviously for them already. Looking good as is, but still.
Whoa! Divi coming up with 50. What?
It's
$50.
But you're still in
All the best, Mortal. By big fan watching you and S8UL since 2019. Divi means a lot, man. Thank you so much. That was a surprise.
Yeah, they're actually leapfrogging ahead of No Slack on that western side.
Slack का player down हो गया है. Twisted Mind द्वारा W's in the chat. Divi with the $50. Arigato gozaimasu.
Bit of a fight here.
Since 2019, that's really a lot time.
Though. I mean, they've got the BRDM still in play. They're seeing this fight going on from a distance, but
guys, मैं दोनों मैच side by side देख रहा हूँ.
Giving away the BRDM, Nitro shooting in some shots from the distance here and actually doing quite a bit of damage against them. But Anne as well as Habibi are cleaning up the rest in the concrete.
W. By the way, tomorrow I won't be streaming. कल मैं बाहर जा रहा हूँ. कल एक मेरा shoot है.
Get this kind of under control, just a little bit here. That's what the guys down here.
Zone बनने वाला है guys. Phase 4 and we are, I guess, still in the center. Let me see. Zone दिखाओ.
One of our few Estonian players actually.
Show me your position, man.
It's cool to see them in and kind of bang out.
कहाँ हैं हम लोग? ऊपर है थोड़ा northern side में क्या? North east side में हम लोग मेरे ख्याल से.
There's so much space around that VP compound that you're gonna have to kind of argue that.
Oh, अच्छा हम लोग बहुत दूर है. हम लोग को अंदर आना होगा. But I guess we can still play slow.
Straddle plan right now. There's a dip west of them as well.
Open में खेलने की जरूरत नहीं है. Hive have got a really good position. हम यहाँ पे आ सकते हैं. VP के बाजू में.
They're splitting even. I don't know if that's the play. Okay, they're driving now.
Interesting.
A 4-man on that western side of VP is actually worth it. I'd say here correction finds.
Bro, VP के पास बहुत अच्छा spot है रे. पूरा BT देंगे लोग ऊपर से height से सब लोग को.
Nade bait or mortar bait, right? Like mortar bait's the scary one for them, I think, at the moment.
But if they use mortar in that dip,
chess देख रहा आज. मैं खुद chess देख रहा हूँ इस वक्त. Chess भी देख रहा हूँ, ये भी देख रहा हूँ.
Oh my God, Beamy finds Dante.
Bro, Beamy अलग ही player है bro. कल तो crazy हो गया एकदम.
Mortar. They're gonna consider that and see if they can maybe get a confirmation on it.
They've
got a really good idea of how close.
Navi ने TMO को wipe out कर दिया.
Oh, well, that's like a hard.
Oh, guys ये देखो.
I think it's slightly off. I think it's too late.
क्या लगता है?
The distance is not bad.
आया bomb आ रहा है.
See as it comes down.
आया. थोड़े से रह गया.
Yeah, a little bit left there. He turns a little bit left. Oh, okay.
Close.
Okay, so the next one a little bit more right, and that actually might be on point.
जियान भाई मेरे को पूछना पड़ेगा. I'm not sure. I'll have to check.
Yeah. Now they might be able to blow the cover away. Look at that, straight on.
No, they're doing all right about dodging it. At the
भाई
moment
मोटार
here,
का
so good
यूज
stuff
बहुत
there by
क्रेजी
them.
है
But I mean, if anything's going by a game like this, usually that's
ऐसे
not the
duel
end
on
of it.
fire
When it
ओए
comes to that kind of
vitality का
getting
player
the
डाउन
points.
किया है
Almost a load of
What?
damage done by
Vitality को
SAUL.
wipe किया है ऐसे duel ने let's go
Against Vitality. Admittedly,
3
Vitality
points.
was a little bit wounded coming into this. Of course, losing Levante.
we have control of our northern side का पूरा मस्त control है हमारे पास
That's crazy to see that happen here. Paints goes down as well. Stars guy. That's so also in a fight here. Nitro trying to make a push for it to get the point confirmed at some points here with this guy.
नेड आ रहे हैं इस पे फटाइए
Sure. You know where he is now. He's gonna push around. Habibi gets Nitro down to just Vatso here. Stars guy. Good shots coming in, and this is eliminated. Having lost the BRDM as well. Big fight. For
भाई
them.
कसम
It looks
से
like the
इतना
Suns
कुछ
gonna be
चालू है ना
pulling
आज
out that.
आर्सेनल का मैच चालू है सिटी का मैच चालू हो रहा है आर्सेनल सिटी का मैच चालू हो रहा है ये भी है चेस भी है एंड देन वी गॉट दिस एज वेल PUBG PC so many things going on आर्सेनल सिटी आई मीन टॉप ऑफ द टेबल वाली बात है ऑब्वियसली IPL भी चल रहा है My goodness, everything. Oh no, Oduzi down हो गया है ouch Oduzi से fight हो गया रे
Here we are there.
नावी के साथ फाइट हो गया हमारा अच्छा खासा क्लोज रेंज है काफी ओके वी टेक डाउन
confirmed as well.
Hackatori
Best of luck here. Good for him. Example get the knock on the AUG, but now kid on the guys are gonna make a send for it, a play for
ठीक
it.
है that was a like a
Again,
normal trade
So being the last player here, can he survive? Can he
ये
get another
grenade
point
से
out of this?
फटेगा
They're not inside the top 8 for placement here,
नहीं
James.
फटा
The question is just for Ascent to finish this off quickly so they can kind of continue their campaign. They actually have quite the playable space ahead of them with this next circle.
निहाल का पहला मैच थोड़ा सा ऑफ हो गया है हम लोग के लिए
Can't believe that the warehouse is.
अच्छा सिटी का FA कप है क्या ओ मेरे नोटिफिकेशन में आया
Oh
no!
Where we are right now.
Woo!
First does go down. Ferris with the M249 doing massive
आराम
damage,
से
but Batulins finishes it off. Kind of saves SAUL here for the moment. And now, if they
got
can make
one
the
more.
recovery,
Oh no
nade.
nade
This nade.
से रिवाइव कर दे भाई जल्दी दोनों को जोन आ रहा है शिट
Batulins, can he connect? If this nade connects, that could be all 4 of them.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Batulins tries to go for a Panzerfaust play on it. Try to get the confirmed. Oh, there's a little bit. It crested the hill just slightly here. But now all the guys are looking to see if they can get the confirmations here. That's insane. The points are going to kind of come through to him now. Twisted 5 kills.
2 players are down.
Now a 1v1 with the last
1v1 है 3 down. Tough होगा.
I can't believe how much Batulins has done against SAUL here because
zone के
I
बाहर है
think
भाई.
SAUL, if they'd have been able to just clean out even just Batulins just a little bit or anything like that, it could have been a really
5
good game for
pointer
them from that north side, maybe kind of playing in through some of the dip, but not to be the case. Batulins once again shuts them down completely.
We get a 5 pointer in this one.
Wildcats are going to be shut down completely here by Nemesis, still alive, raining down havoc on the position here of Bushido Wildcats. Medabay is down, and that is going to be Celtic to try and do something against all of this, but they've got anything. Hello. Okay. So, you know, that's not how that. What?
Crossberg gonna lose his life here for 70. Getting another kill. It's good for him. Diffix finds kill.
Oh no,
yeah. PGG versus Nemesis. Nemesis, they're the big benefactors of this southern shift to come their way. They're looking
निहाल का मैच
really
थोड़ा
great
डिफिकल्ट हो
this
चुका है
concrete here.
हमारे
Holding on
लिए
to both sides a little bit with the state playing the other side. They're gonna have to hold out PGG, but a BRDM actually might enable PGG to go basically anywhere they want from now on here. It looks like they're going to go from the northern side. That's going to be a VP looking out to try to deny this push here. Is it going to be a crash onto VP?
No way.
They're holding on to inside.
Yeah, this opens up
मोटार से ये लोग बैंड बजा देगा बे
where normal vehicles are just going
अभी ये लोग मोटार लगाएगा मेरे को लग
at
रहा
least having this moving fortress in what is very open fields. Admittedly, there's some dips and kind of some inclines like PGG is trying to use at the moment, but it's not that deep. So technically, if you're on these roofs, you can kind of see down into them, and that's why the smoke's there.
Nemesis का advantage हो गया.
Difficult circle. Technically, a little bit of VP still in, so they can have it for a while. It just depends on what's going to happen
निहाल
after
का
that.
मैच मैन
Yeah, and with Nemesis as well, obviously having the concrete in there safe, but it's very likely that neither of these two compounds in the next circle is going to be in. We're going to have a field-esque ending. Probably some road still in, surely, but yeah, sure. State's side here with the kind of open concrete that's close to him on the other side is the best area right now, but it's extremely difficult to hold unless you have and a really crazy amount of
8 seconds है 7 seconds है
miracles. It's very playable here, but VP is still in, and on the roofs now is gonna make it so rough.
And they also know that nobody's in the north of them anymore. So that means that they can kind of use this with no impediment whatsoever and be able to just duck behind all of this when Susid inevitably puts some shots in against it. Susid's taken actually some of the little bit of concrete position himself over the road here to be able to kind of hold that down. That's an incredibly important location for a circle like this, as bgmi does even more damage here against PGG. They're getting destroyed.
Yeah, getting absolutely destroyed here. Keta stealing one of the kills from bgmi and getting another knock on to Sloyd Jacket here. Keta 98, as you guys said yesterday, was actually one of the greatest calls I've ever heard.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. I like that a lot. 6x here, and Ascend actually on this southern side with high ground and cover to play might actually be a great game for them.
Next match भी चालू हो चुका है निहाल का, by the way.
One great game. Look how close
ये तो
it
मेरे
is
को लग रहा है
from
फिर नेमेसिस
18
निकाल
up to
लेंगे
24. You
अभी.
can jump from 15th place to 7.
Very good spot.
With a few
Like
kills
cover
and a
देने
good
के लिए
game for
पीछे भी
Ascend here.
हैं.
So it's
But इन पे
really,
slam
really
आया
tight, and
अगर
that
तो
matters
BT हो
when we're
जाएगा.
talking PGC points and actually prize pool as well. So
I know यार,
tight for
खनाल
that
देखा
place here
मैंने.
right now. And as we're talking about, it might be a faller's race currently. It's looking really good for the teams already with Twisted Mind still. But 5th place is so much more different than 15th.
Yep, the top 4 still looking really good at the moment here.
मैंने सुना निहाल qualify हुआ है WC के लिए, but it's still a.
Hello, my bad. So is No Slack still, though. Still doing a lot of damage against Hive. Nice nade there from Hive, but it's not really enough to be able to do anything with it. As that, well, you know what? That vehicle it's gone. It's leaving. Bye. See you later. Look how it's gone.
Get her now with some shots here from the ace.
Arsenal will lose today. My first super chat, by the way. Sri Hari Shinoy, thank you for the 40 super chat, my friend. It's gonna be very interesting.
Once these smokes they dissipate, they're gonna have such a hard time
to see what happens
with the vehicles that's been placed already. That could be the next spot for Ascent to play here. MG3 and full 3 gear for T-Bone, looking good for them. 5 kills as well coming their way. Dante finds Sat Tap.
Yeah, important person to take away here at the moment. More blue zone nades come forwards, trying to shut them down on any movements that they actually want to make. That's a good nade as well, trying to hit Santa.
What a nade on Hive.
Here's another one.
Bounces what a nade by Hive.
As well there. Now EXE taken down by T-Bone from a distance. So they've been able to have a decent overwatch against that. But they're going to have to move eventually, right?
CCT ranking se ho gaya qualify. Yeah, that's fine, but it's great to win, right?
Start shutting down the top 4.
Yeah,
that's a different thing कि कैसे भी qualify हो गए. It would be fun to watch him win.
A little bit disgusting.
That's more important, I guess.
Golden shift here, but Nemesis
कैसा था by the way आप लोग का day? I hope सब लोगों ने dinner कर लिया है. नहीं किया है तो now is the time. कर लो. इससे late मत करो ज़्यादा.
Or to make a push onto Nemesis.
I'm damn sure कि परसों का stream पे मेरे को लग रहा है मैं PUBG PC खेलने वाला हूँ.
Looks like a PP finish here.
बहुत मन हो रहा है.
In my book, right?
Yeah,
after watching
so. I guess me saying abandoned ship from like 5 minutes in was accurate. This is such a problem for everybody else right now, but Nemesis still alive, technically still ahead of them on the leaderboard right now. PGG trying to join that top pack as they've got themselves honestly in a bit of a bind, because eventually what's going to happen is that teams are going to get desperate and try and crash in against maybe their position, right? Like I don't know how all these teams are going to be able to eventually fit in this circle without.
Yeah, we need PUBG PC stream. Let's go. I know, right? बहुत मजा आएगा.
Again,
मेरा मार रही है भाई.
Balls with the send with PGG.
What ये need?
Like that's the 3 teams that's eventually going to go out, right?
That was close.
Could PGG survive it? It's potentially just going to be the last team.
But wrong spot पे है मेरे ख्याल से तो इतना कुछ नुकसान होगा नहीं.
Encroach a little bit on that northern side to get in.
Okay.
Balls.
There was a big development in the north because Nixie's was the anchor position. Just a little.
ऐसे तो हमें भी मॉडल बनने का मन होता है तुम्हारा स्ट्रीम देखकर, but मॉडल पे
warehouse wall right now. So
संकेत भाई बदमाशी प्रो मैक्स तो करनी है
आपको. They're gonna have to solve, maybe get across on with some smokes and try and get the.
Now these guys are out of zone and it's gonna be super difficult.
Really taking here 10 damage per second. And that's it for Balls to go out here. He actually got Keter down as well.
Nice.
Delaying Ascend so much.
Players to take down करके गया है वो.
In by Nemesis, all the points free. More for Diffic to come here. Sosa goes downstairs, get the confirmation onto Kera here. And now Nemesis can just encroach a little bit onto this roadside. Maybe get Sosa up potentially.
Corrects across to Nixie, so there is still some hope.
क्या लगता है Nemesis या
right now, even though only one kill's
Virtuous
gone
Pro?
their way, this
Chat?
is the thing. You might have a compound like this, but these teams at this level know how to negate those lines of sight. Even from such a strong fortress compound like this for the moment, Melman knocks Nixie. And the pressure is going to continue on them. That little shack area is in the next circle here, so they're going to have a bit of a reprieve for the moment. It's up to Hive now, as well as maybe the last member from Ascend, to try and do something against what is some fortified positions.
Yeah, Hive trying to survive with smokes. Nades coming in. That's a great nade. It's going to do some damage. Finds Schengen. Takes Mogor low as well. BRDM. Oh my god, just going to go in and get the confirmation. Yow! Well played by him here. Now they're just going to take some shots at top fire. He's going to jump out. Mogor
क्या
gets
किया
the
ये
point
इसने?
here. Mogor's been such a force to
उतरा
be
क्यों?
reckoned with here from Hive.
हाय
How did Dante go down to the PRDM? I think it exploded and rolled into him.
Yeah. Very
Oh
unfortunate.
no. Maybe you can get him up here as now shut down Presenti. Zabilla and Sloy trying to hold on off. They do know that somebody still wants to cross the road, so they're keeping an eye on that at the moment, whilst trying their very best to keep an eye on Hive, because they know Hive eventually is going to get desperate after they do get their res on up.
Ooh, sees it. Yeah, he's got info. 3 gear as well. Stun grenades. No lethals though, so he's going to have to get the kills with the AUG or with the MK. Can he get another point? Can he get 2 kills here? 2 kills on PGG would be huge. Damage done onto Hive. Really good connections here from Kilyakai.
Zayden, that was insane yesterday. मतलब बहुत जबरदस्त था वो. VP ने जो Twisted Mind को कल मारा है वो बहुत crazy था. My goodness.
Maybe go for the cover here. Zabilla gets Mogor. I think that's the other side you gotta continue and focusing on here, because Hive out, PGG backstab here would be a point for placement and 2 points for the kills here. That'll be 3 kills, 3 points for Ascent instead. Great game for them so far, but Kilyakai, some more lethals coming out from Nemesis.
Yeah.
Trying to survive for as long as he can.
I think Kilyakai's done enough in this game for a salvage, right? Like, he stayed alive to top 4. There's not much way you're going to be able to get further into this circle now. So they come down to PGG, Virtus Pro, Nemesis. But it is a problem that Virtus Pro and Nemesis are 4 alive right now. Diffx, though, as well as Zabilla, doing a lot of damage here to Virtus Pro. This might just be giving it to the hands here of Nemesis. Oh my
What?
days!
VP eliminated
PGG
and Nemesis ka
outlasts
chicken,
Virtus Pro.
as I
It's
said
brilliant from
earlier.
them.
That's
होना
so
ही था ये तो.
surprising. I was actually assuming that they had way more smokes, way more utility to use. But look again,
15th है अभी.
James.
I
once
guys,
again,
guys,
seen
ये
Nemesis
match
in
के
a
बाद
top
what
2
will be in
situation.
the...
And it's
Oh!
looking dire for PGG at this point. Diffx gets another one, already 3 on the board. Can he get
We'll
him
be
as
12
well? Oh my
after
god.
this match, right?
Gets a
12 number पे आ
piece
जाएंगे हम लोग.
on top of the
Nemesis
18
जीत
kills
गई
he
है यहाँ
already
पर.
has. And it's another victory here
निहाल
for
का
Nemesis.
match.
They are looking
फिर
poised
focus हो जाए
for
थोड़ा.
this finals.
They played it great from the southeast side.
मैं निहाल का match
Every
watch party
single
नहीं कर
move they
सकता guys,
made,
because
the
एक ही game का watch
individual
party
or
कर सकता
2-2
हूँ मैं,
splits
which
meant
is
that they were
obvious.
just taking further land into these circles. Really good stuff from Nemesis, who was already #1 on the day blank, and now they've got themselves another chicken dinner. This is getting scary for the rest of the teams.
I mean, I certainly want to see the same teams popping off again, but Team Nemesis starting to delve with a chicken dinner is just unreasonable. Some really good play overall from a lot of the teams.
I guess,
on what
yeah,
was a
Nihal
quite
qualified है
difficult
मेरे ख्याल
ending.
से भी.
I think I particularly like the Melman.
PUBG PC का आज एकदम major comeback चाहिए.
Over on that roadside.
5 finishes तो 5 kills तो निकाले हम लोगों ने. यहाँ पर BT हो गया
just
हम
like
लोग.
locking players down, but I do think it's hard
Twisted
to play
Mind
that
के
kind of
player ने पूरा
position
BT
on
दे
the
दिया.
backside anchor, because if you go down, it's a kind of a detriment to your team, because it does open a path for teams to rock up and backfill you. So I think Melman played that fairly perfectly, and then just that instant lineup as soon as they know VPs goes down. Like, this team is so quick to react.
Oh, for sure. I think you hit the nail on the head in that this is one of the harder situations to play on Miramar, because it takes away a lot of what Miramar is, right, Avenger? You're playing against this warehouse location that nobody really kind of wants to go into line of sight of. There's so much field around that. Everybody's playing these small compounds here and there on the south side with just flat terrain in front of them. So it's tough. It's tough, this game.
Yeah, it's a big one. Obviously, Nemesis having this concrete on the southern side. Once we had that eastern shift, Sozet was there for so long solo. I don't think anybody expected this circle to go that far south, but once that southern shift hit, they were just all there, and they were farming. 8 kills, 18 points to come their way on top of their already 65 points prior from yesterday. That is
मैच का 8 नंबर था ये.
They are going to be flying
ओवरऑल
ahead.
स्टैंडिंग में मेरे ख्याल से हम 12 पे होने चाहिए गाइस.
A fantastic result for them so far, and they don't really show any sign of kind of slowing down. I mean, Blank, you already said they had 13
Top 2
points
को
average
AWC
yesterday,
slot है.
and now another 18 points on top of that. That pushes their average even further across just 6 games alone. I will say, actually, Blank, if we'd seen a team get 83 points in 6
अच्छा नहीं, हम
games,
लोग अभी
we used to obviously play
ये
6
कौन सा
games a
लीडर
day,
बोर्ड है? एक
we would
सेकंड.
be going mental right
जो हमने 5 पॉइंट निकाला वो किधर गया?
That's where we're at.
We'd be going pretty bonkers. I mean, 83 points over 6 games, like you say, it's unheard of, let alone from a cup team. There is a big asterisk on that, though, with Team Nemesis being filled with some star-studded players anyway.
Guys,
I did just want to quickly talk about PGG.
Oh, अच्छा 19 आफ्टर एडिंग था वो. Oh my god.
And they are having that.
अच्छा वहाँ पे अपडेट हो जाता है. और ओके गाइस, अंडरस्टूड. माय बैड.
You do see a lot of times players with the BRDM, they get a little bit boisterous with it, right? And I do think they maybe towards the end they got a little bit too boisterous with it, but they waited to unveil that thing until very late. They were playing Farah on the eastern side, waiting, and then as soon as they got to a point where they were like, okay, it's go time, rocked up alongside VP, dropped all the smokes to keep the BRDM as healthy as possible, and they were able to later on slip themselves into a position that was playable. I actually quite liked the way that PGG played that out. I don't think it was ever going to be a winning game, but from the position they're in, I think they got a good result off what was a difficult game.
No, I completely agree. Really well played by them. Also, obviously outlasting Virtus Pro, who had that kind of warehouse compound, is extremely impressive considering what they had to work with. But as we take a look back at the highlights from this game, Avenger, are we just going to see Diffex in every top damage, top kills, every game from now on? Because this is what he's doing, man.
I mean, he's crazy good, right? Yeah. That's really awesome to see. 23
Nemesis ने क्या सैंडविच किया है ना?
Just 6 games, man. It's almost averaging 4 kills per game. That's just the next level here. But yeah, they play super well. They play extremely good. Look at that, the C4, by the way. I didn't notice that during the game.
Yeah, who is sitting beside you?
Kind of push away the push that was coming in from Bushido Wildcats. So, but yeah, they were just playing so well, executing perfectly here. Tons of damage done, both from utility and how everything kind of lines up. My biggest surprise.
Yo, Smith Christie, thank you for the 1.99 pound. And केवल lad, welcome to Mortal Army. बहुत दिनों बाद आपसे मैं मिल रहा हूँ केवल जी. आज इतने दिन बाद आए हो आप. PUBG के दिनों में आप आते थे. I remember.
Obviously, BRDMs can get you really deep into the late game, but here this was criminally deep into the late game, considering how many teams was actually close to them, right? I could have seen a Virtus Pro and someone else just laying the hammer down, saying, okay, no more. But I really like the way that they played with it, where they were playing with 2 cars in front, where it was catching all the attention, because that's obviously an easier target than a BDM, right? Which left all the bullets to go to the front car.
Mom, हम लोग सब बैठ के मम्मी मैं चेस हम लोग देख रहे थे सब लोग.
Even if you put a few max in it, it was still.
Hello भाभी जी, हाँ भाभी जी बाहर गई हैं.
And that really put them into that second place.
Yes, Rolex, I'm watching Nihal's match.
If you think about where they were on the east side of that circle, and then suddenly finding themselves on the west side as well, considering how difficult it is to usually traverse a circle like that. Yeah, very impressive stuff by them. Also, just as a side note, by the way, the team focus that we just watched.
I am watching One Piece. One Piece. अभी Anis lobby पे हूँ. Should I continue One Piece or shift to One Piece? I guess you can shift to One Piece. Anime filler नाम का एक है. Anime filler से आप वो कर सकते हो. Filler episode skip कर सकते हो अगर आप चाहो तो. But don't watch it to like finish it. Just go with the flow यार. मजे करो, enjoy करो. खत्म करने के हिसाब से मत देखो यार. जब खत्म हो जाएगा तब आप बोलोगे कि कितना कम एपिसोड था. अब तो नीचे पा अजिंक्य, अभी मैंने मेल नहीं चेक किया है बड़ी. 3 ईयर से कॉर्पोरेट जॉब में चले गए तो टाइम नहीं मिलता, एंड मेंबरशिप अब तक ऑटो रिन्यूअल था. ओहो, अच्छा, क्या बात है यार. वेलकम बैक. भाई ने इग्नोर कर दिया. डॉक्टर इटवाइटी नहीं भाई, इग्नोर कहाँ करेंगे हम. अब जब भी गेम स्ट्रीम करो तो वैलो या PUBG PC खेलो. BGMI भी खेलेंगे भाई. आजकल BGMI में भी हाथ अच्छा चल रहा, मेरा मजा आ रहा है. 2-3 दिन रेगुलर हो जाता हूँ, मजा आ जाता है उसके बाद. Did you see Imu's face reveal? Yeah, I saw it through क्या बोलते हैं
Убивать. Пойдем.
spoilers. मैंने वैसे नहीं देखा है, स्पॉइलर के थ्रू पता चल
Well, we may
गया.
not understand it, but we can certainly
Guys,
hear
the
how
match is getting very
important
intense.
it is to this team. They understand what they're playing with right now. They are playing with house money, and if they can keep hold of it and be able to take it away from the rest of the teams in the lobby, they're going to be getting some big PGC points, which kind of puts them in the running to be able to go to.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
PGSs, of course, not necessarily.
Dennis को सिर्फ एक draw चाहिए जीतने के लिए, right?
Qualification by PC,
Bare
as well
minimum.
as maybe even EWC as well. So right now they're playing lights out, and it's very exciting to see here, Martin, considering what we just listened to.
I mean, I understand some of the crucial words there, especially with the divide. I don't think they expected, with how they're positioning themselves and how the comms were prior to VP going down, I don't think they expected PGG to take 3 of the kills on VP as they did. But when you saw the 4x spray on the AUG,
बहुत intense हो रहा है.
that was a demonic spray. So no surprises there. But yeah, not much cover there, and the hard cover really comes in and really comes into play with that. And they didn't have that many smokes to kind of play with. So there's not much guessing game. Like, you have soft cover. There's going to be 4 players just spraying through that. There's a lot of teams, players going down from that. So yeah, big kudos to PGG from that game. That was really well played towards the late game.
Yep, maybe they can jump up eventually if they're able to continue that here throughout the day and get into that.
Ajinkya Kale, if there is anything, I'll definitely reach out to you, my man.
At the same time, Blank, I mean, when you look at the Nemesis as a whole, it feels like respect has been put on the name, and a lot of respect when you think about exactly what you said about what you were talking about with Nixie yesterday. He was saying, yeah, I'm not surprised by what Nemesis is able to do with the names that are on that team. So
it's a must-win situation for Nihal right now, guys.
Just 6 games.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. I mean, let's talk about some of the other big names, though, inside the lobby, like S8UL and Twisted Minds. I mean, that engagement there, the fact that Batulan is able to get that massive nade, take down 4 of them, like, that was a wild moment for me as a solo player. But again, it does feel like S8UL is consistently getting caught out on the edge of circles right now. This is where they're struggling the most. And it's over 6 games, right? It is over 6 games. It's a hard circle to play, but we can't keep saying that every single time. It's a hard circle. They're chasing the circle. I do want to see something a little bit more from S8UL coming into the next match. We know they have it in them. We know it's possible.
अब तक मेरे को प्लेयर बहुत अच्छा लगा, बीमी भाई. Virtus Pro का मस्त है.
I think the production team just wants to show it because it does look so.
Time पे जीत रहे क्या हम लोग?
They love looking at Diffex, I think.
Well, he makes the stats look hilarious.
Yeah, especially across 6 games, as Martin was mentioning, like almost a 4-point kill death average is just ridiculous for Diffex. It's not even kill death because he's just surviving through some of those late games. Anyway, regardless, Blank will get you after this game. It's time for the grassy pastures. It's Erangel here for game at number 7, and right now the lobby needs to shut them down. Nemesis has to go down early, somehow, some way, in these games, Avenger.
Yeah, someone has to stop him. I'm not sure who's going to be. I think it's going to have to be a collective effort here, James, with our
One Piece के packs फिर से कब open कर रहे हो? I am also a big fan of One Piece and you. Games Rex करूँगा भाई. ये weekend पूरा खत्म होने दो. Guys, हमारा next match PUBG PC का शुरू हो चुका है यहाँ पर. आप देख सकते हो. Mostly draw है Mortal भाई. Mortal मराठी येते का तुला.
Cool though that PGG kind of put themselves into the conversation.
मराठी येत का आता तुला. Oh, येते मला पण
Nemesis, which is eventually
confidence
I guess with Diffex breaking records as it is right now, and wouldn't mind asking, is this circle going to go north, James? Can we somehow anti or counter curse this, cast a curse this, that it doesn't go Servany? Because these northern circles, man, with this plane path, it smells like a Sagi Servany ending or plane crash ending to me if it's in anything in my book.
Well, the fact that Nemesis gets the room that they do on a drop like this as well is just barbaric. It doesn't go that way.
Chelsea or Leeds का match है 7:30 p.m. My God, long day. Tomorrow as well. But मैं नहीं हूँ.
Shelter. So there's a lot
Classroom of the Elite
this one.
बघितला का नाय बघितलं.
Being the usual school apartments team.
Okay, this is a good zone. Shelter zone लग रहा है मुझे ये. Shelter mansion type.
But what's also important
can maybe shift towards Milta shelter के बीच में.
to go up
Prison
towards
के
Yasnaya.
तरफ.
Obviously, they didn't really get that too easily yesterday.
How we
the
did in
playpath
first
didn't really
match?
favour it too
We
much,
got 5 points,
for
buddy.
one of the Erangels. So
Zone
for
तो
the
बढ़िया
mid-off,
बना है.
this is an
Let's see.
opportunity to have a bit of a bounce
यहाँ
back,
से it's important.
after
थोड़ा
only having
सेंट्रल
8
खेलेंगे ना
points
मजा
on the
आएगा.
board.
VP को डाउन कर दे. इसकी
Yeah.
बहन की.
That's the big one here. Now Lokrux is in a bit of a pickle here. Takes a dragon off himself.
Oh no,
Now
we
he's
are
off
only
HP
17 seconds, yaar.
Looking at it to try to get one. No helmet himself. So a little bit scary too, but the car's
cap
out
on.
there. Yeah, got a cap on. The car's out there, and that's the one Lokrug's trying to get to kind of get into deeper here. Maybe he's going to get a pick up here by correction this time. I think it is the case. So now that's smart. Get him in, get him out,
Yeah.
and then extract, get some points into.
I also agree. Do I want to vault over that fence? No. Shoot
Just
it
shoot
down.
it.
Just shoot it. Goops on the way here for good old Vis as well, who are going all the way over to kind of the Lipovka. Big split across mansion, across prison. So they've got a lot of potential options loot-wise.
GG हो गया
available
बे.
to them. And it also gives them good purchase on a circle like this as well, right? Vis, I think it was mentioned prior by
Yeah,
either
man,
you
Nihal
or
lost.
Blank, but they've just done a bit of a stellar job being in 6th place at the moment, 30 points.
Anti man,
on the board
anti
as
in the
well.
chat.
Definitely
Come on.
surpassed what I thought that they were going to be able to do. It's kind of early days though, still, realistically speaking, with 1 and a bit days down here. There's definitely still room
Chalo.
for some of the teams below them to
I
take them over,
वापस
who have
PUBG में अब
more
full-fledged.
experience on the regionals, more experience even
I know,
on lands
Kanal,
as
थोड़ा
well for
time
some
का
of them,
game है भाई.
towards the 7th through, I would say, 15th spots.
Yeah. I can even 60 even right with this.
आओ guys,
30,
PUBG PC में
so
prediction
close,
करें.
11 points from
Mortal Da का
15 to
prediction
6.
देखना चाहोगे आप?
It's kind
My
of
prediction
crazy,
is that
right?
ये match
It's-
SATL का
it's
chicken
really
आने का
good.
बहुत
I
high
love
chance
the
है. Let's
separation
go.
That's happening already from PGG having their consistency. 14
ओए,
points down,
Nemesis
but it's
ऊपर
still
उड़ रहा है
13
बे.
points up to no slack. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I also think he still qualifies for
I'll say this,
EWC.
though, James, in my book here, this is a top 3, top 4 prior for say duel. They have like prison prior something. This is kind of the game where, well, not sure we can say no excuses, but let's see how second and third circle goes. They have kind of good.
क्या नाम है
spots
भाई?
that they can
Mailman.
take early on
It
here.
sounds like Mailman.
Prison side of things, some of the high ground, some of the compounds is actually fully available from
ये
them.
Nemesis का logo
Yeah,
कितना
really
cute है बे.
wanna
क्या है
see
वो?
Once they get out, not a home turf circle, but let's see
Nihal
where
lost,
second and
but
third circle
CCT
goes.
ranking से
We're
qualified
definitely
है.
keen to see them
Got
kind of
it.
succeed. It isn't even
Sure.
just the fact that, S8UL, big organization from India, they've been able to pick up these great players, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's great that S8UL is here. However, them playing the way they did before as BB team, as question mark, there was many a time, and you know it as well, I would say it's only a matter of time before this roster wins an international. And they did it, right?
Oh, thank you.
Excellent roster.
But we need to play good
It's actually funny when they won that
in the
international, 'cause
remaining
people look back at it and think
matches.
to themselves,
और
they
we
probably
हम
should have
लोग
won the
we are
international prior
making
to
a
that and
move from
didn't.
the western side.
So,
Yeah.
because how good they were playing at that
Okay,
point
हम
as
लोग
well.
prison
So,
के-
individually,
prison
they're
को hold
fantastic
करने जा रहे हैं.
players. It's just not gone their way
अब we are
so
looting
far.
the airdrop, I guess.
Yeah,
Yep.
for that series to get a
Groza
fourth
ले ले, Groza
in
ले ले,
PGS
Groza मिली,
7
Groza
and
मिली
a
क्या?
first in
Oh,
PGS 8
AMR,
is
AMR,
just
let's
insane,
go.
right?
Yeah.
That showing is some of the greatest showing we've seen from former BB team now as at UL. It's obviously awesome. I hope that kind of continues to come in through. They got was it an 11th at PGC last year? Not as high as they're hoping to, but still a great showing in the finals. Still within,
What do you think?
pretty
Can we
close
make
to
a comeback?
actually being
Yep,
able to
I
get into
believe.
the top 8.
So we can.
The
Let's see
lobby is
क्या कैसा
close
जाता है
once you
match.
get to these PGCs
They've
here, so
got a good spot यहाँ पर. अच्छा जगह तो मिला है उन लोग को.
now with this circle on a angle here,
Jump house पूरा खाली है.
we're looking at heaven here. All as some of our friends from
वो red zone है
Asia
क्या वो?
region like to say, Sky Garden.
No, it's worse because sometimes I think we said like Sky Guard and
Yeah.
hate that's awful. It's heaven forever.
Or backflip. That's fine as well. I get that for
yeah.
the Americans. Yeah.
I'm okay with that because it's so much fun to do, you know?
And great game from them yesterday. I was going to say here, a great game from them the prior game, but they're going to have to continue this. They had a little bit of a struggle bus yesterday. Now they put themselves in 10th place. 7 more points and they're in 6th. Again, really talks to how close our bottom half, or bottom 2/3 of the lobby.
Yes,
is currently,
qualified through CCT
with
rankings.
the
Got it.
11 pack chasing everyone here. Now Nemesis, Millman getting lots of space on this eastern side.
Oh
here.
man, ये zone मेरे को क्यों लग रहा है north shift मारेगा guys.
Nemesis if I am either Viz or SATUL right now, but they've got space, they've got prison right now.
Oh,
They've got
भाई ट्विस्टेड
some
माइंड पे भी जा
battles
सकते हैं
on the
जोन हार्ड
control
शिफ्ट
that
मार
they
के
have on the high ground here. So
वेस्ट
Southeast shift could be great for them, but now we'll see what we get in
साउथ
terms
ईस्ट
of
शिफ्ट है तो
circles,
अच्छा बट
James,
मेरे
and
को पता नहीं
how
भाई भी
really
नहीं
the
आ
teams
रहा
are right now.
गेम
Really,
साउंड
really
बढ़ा
from
दूं
this
माय
side,
बैड मैन
both Mansion and
There you
Hall of
go.
Fame.
For me, looking at Hive coming in from the west, this is the most. If you cast your mind back to 2025, this is so a circle where they would be coming in late and somehow
Is it good
threading
now?
the needle to get a central position on the next circle shift. This is like the typical scenario where Hive would do that and somehow get
Have you
away
ever
with it,
visited
in
Kerala?
rest
No,
of,
bro.
from
I was supposed to visit
2025.
this year
But we'll see.
with my
I think
family,
it's been a
but अभी तक
whole
plan
lot
बना नहीं
harder
है.
here so far,
Concrete
with
plan.
everybody really focusing on 2026 format.
Definitely I'll visit,
Virtus
man.
Pro just kind of going on an excursion here, driving on through, seeing what they can find themselves on the very south side of
निहाल
this
के लिए
circle.
congratulations. Thank
I
you.
think in TBP Masters, the fishing nets were not as fine as we have them now.
क्या
I
मेरे
think
मुंह पे
there's
light
just so
कम है क्या,
much
guys?
more congestion towards that central side that
It's a good way to put it.
threading the needle is more difficult. And for me, especially in a lobby where there's so much in the line. Arguably, we were talking about you and I and Blank, obviously, with the guys. So like, this is
मेकअप कर रहा हूँ
probably
guys,
the
रुको मेकअप करने
tournament
दो.
in PUBG's history
Done.
for obviously multiple regions, but there is the most on the line in this. We're talking 2 big regionals.
Huge, yeah.
This one has 2 PGSs, esports World Cup, and if you win this, I would argue.
क्या लगता है guys? मेरे को
that
मेरा
there's a
prediction है
big,
कि हम
big
लोग
chance
जीत रहे हैं ये
you're
वाला
going to
match.
PGC2. Also,
I have
for
a
the
good
teams
vibe.
and the players individually, after PC is over, there is the PNC selection.
What was
So
that?
there is
Oh.
just so much coming through that matters so much, especially for obviously the 24 teams that's playing
Yeah,
PNC.
yeah.
But so much in line for this, and one of the most exciting tournaments to watch so far of the year for my book here.
I completely agree. The knock-on effects are tough here from the regionals for this one. I mean, it might even quell your
भाइयों थोड़ा
motivation. If
rocket
you don't
spam
do
करो
well
बे,
here, it might quell
कसम
your
से थोड़ा
motivation
luck
to do
आएगा
well at
भाई.
the next ones. I mean,
चैनल में
you
चैनल
know, you
में
think,
मतलब
guys,
चैट में
I
रॉकेट
hope
स्पैम
they'll
मारो
struggle,
जबरदस्त.
to be able to try and
अगर आप चाहते हो कि ये
overcome
जोन
the
हम पे बने,
points that all these other teams have been able
ऑरा
to
फार्म कर दो
already
भाई
acquire.
तुम लोग. चैट ऑरा
That's
फार्म कर दो. चैट
difficult.
की वजह से जोन
We
बनेगा
will
हम पे
see.
अगर हम पे बना
SAUL
तो.
just kind of still perched up
We have
around,
only 40 seconds
kind of
remaining for the
lumberyard
zone.
area, a little bit west of it as well. They're just waiting for the circle shift to come along and see what options are going to be going for. Fantasia though goes down to rocks.
क्या खेलता है
Hive did not
भाई.
thread the needle. They just crashed head first straight into this compound. And Mogor takes down Verse Story. So that is a brilliant
अगर
start
अगर
for
जोन हम
Hive.
पे बना तो आप लोग ही रीजन रहोगे
It's
इसके.
Mogul again. It's this story is just continuing from Mogul. Really love what we've seen from him this year so far. I hope Hive can continue
I've
this
also
a little bit
been
here now on the chase, trying to get onto that
good.
PGG spot.
दो फ्रैग
That's
ऑलरेडी
fifth place
निकाल
is
लिया ये
really
लोगों ने.
the big talking point for
And यहाँ zone
the
बनता
other
हुआ
12
in
teams in the
5,
chase.
4,
Sure, Timo maybe not
3,
right now, but still
2,
all the other teams are
1,
within
0.
one really good
Whoa.
game or two pretty decent games here. Southern Shift here. Let's talk about it. SADUL, Starry Sky for the copy past the compounds. PGT looking good as well.
मैं बोला था
Stick
मिल्टा
farm
और शेल्टर
here.
के बीच का ही
Let's
जोन
go
लग रहा है
that
टुवर्ड्स
southern side
प्रिजन.
might get some of
SATL ने
the
वो जगह
direct
पकड़ लिया
buildings
भाई.
north of Milta. Could also look good for this one.
Yeah, they were the furthest south team.
Okay,
Virtus
Nemesis
Pro
हमारे
just
ऊपर
getting
जाएगी लेकिन.
handed yet again an opportunity.
अच्छा ऊपर नहीं, like
a
level
golden
पे आएंगे वो लोग
opportunity.
उस
That said,
एरिया
at
में
the
मेरे
same
को
time
लग
though,
रहा है.
those teams that were pre-driving on that east side,
हम लोग का
Nemesis
split बहुत
namely
खतरनाक है, guys.
is being able to get in here very rapidly, which is fantastic for our number one leaders right
I guess
now.
Nemesis पूरा नीचे जा रही है.
Vitality
South
also moving into what looks like tempo dip. Are they just gonna
Southwest
stop
से
here, or are they
पूरा
gonna go
साउथ आ
further?
जाएंगे वो लोग शायद.
Yeah, that's my question as well. Further, yeah. I mean, with a southern shift like this, you would also assume that that's more southern side of it is going to be more open, right? So if you can drive through and maybe get some space open, that would be cool to see. Let's see how deep Vitality goes. Maybe just goes for a shelter play here. And Avi's already here with
डिनर कर लिया आपने क्या? Yes भाई मैंने डिनर कर लिया.
Levante and Quizzy goes for the more south side of, but now TMO this drives in, drives close to each other.
Bro, ये लोग कभी कार स्विच करके मारने वाला सीन जबरदस्त है. देखो.
Mutual destruction for these teams. Shots come in too. Justice
But
with the
he is gonna be taken down, I feel.
Gets him really low though. More shots from
बच
him.
गया,
He
bro.
can't get a connection. No, he didn't get it.
Bro बच गया.
Catch
हबीबी.
a break, right?
हबीबी ये क्या क्या हुई?
We'll probably
मर गया वो,
down
मर
here.
गया. TMO down.
16th place, and there they go. And it's not even Vis that puts in the killing blow. It's Boars.
हाँ इसमें से टॉप 2 ही होंगे क्वालिफाई.
Habibi's going to look on through.
चटपट
See what's
पटापट.
going on there, as Boars will be continuing their drive on. That was just a casualty as they were driving past. So yeah, the myth of brutal stuff.
Yeah, unfortunate for these guys. And the fun thing is that few Germans on that lineup is also individually competing against each other for a PNC slot.
What?
So performance in here is important.
I've
That's
eliminated-
out in 15th place.
What?
So Mogo, Dante, and Rox down
Out
here.
of nowhere,
Perfectix
man.
And Badulin's finding multiple kills. And Badulin's going to have to be saved. That's looking pretty easy for them, but still, it's going to delay them just a little bit here in the new compound. And they're they're inside the circle, but they're going to have some space to move ahead of them here. A little bit surprised for SADUL not moving and being more greedy with the compound now. VP has actually threaded the needle and found tons of open space inside these garage buildings just outside of Milton, where we have so many endings, James. We've seen in PGS, in Master Series, in Korea as well. We have so many endings close to this area here throughout the last couple of months and years.
Well, I mean, for Starry Skies, right? When do they eventually move from copy paste? Because they've currently got 2-2 at the moment across the whole location, and that normally becomes a bit of a focal point, like we've been mentioning in the previous games. I think you were totally right though, for Hive, about the fishing net being finer, right? It was less.
You like
less
that
so
one?
fishing net, yeah, more so like just a sheet
इतने
of
कम points
steel.
क्यों? मतलब अच्छे नहीं गए यार, 7 matches हमारे अच्छे नहीं गए.
Twisted minds at the very end of
Honestly
it.
speaking.
So,
But ये
yeah,
match
there's
में
just
game
not
change
much
होने वाला है,
room
मुझे
for
feel आ रही
what
है.
I saw from them success.
They are at a very, very good
2025-wise,
spot right now.
The Masters, but
How do you
anyway,
deal with
just
Ice
if they
Train
can
and
kinda
Under Eye Darkness
quell
being on
those
screen all the time?
concerns later
अभिजीत
on,
पीसी
as
मेरे
long
ख्याल
as
से मैं all the time
only two
पहली बात तो
alive
स्क्रीन पे
coming
नहीं
from
रहता
this
हूँ.
west side too. I don't know. I think that sheet of steel might hit them
मुझसे
hard as
ज्यादा
well.
शायद दुनिया के कॉर्पोरेट वाले लोग रहते हैं स्क्रीन पर.
Next circle popped, and it's going a little bit west. His Star Sky,
yeah.
like dead sender. T-Bone now might be able to get some kills onto balls here. He's got all the info. Backups
नहीं
coming
पता है
in.
क्या
Maybe
उन्हें.
it's Chris can bait some shots, and then T-Bone can strike a little bit. Look at that. They're actually going into a car. They're going to be leading. They're not in for it. Time to shoot. Get one. T-Bone up on. Oh my God. Hello, Senpai turns him a headshot from the hog as well. It's Chris now with a nade.
What a
Now the
nade,
other guys
what a
have to
nade,
come
what a
help as well.
nade.
Kilikai
Boom. I don't know.
Coming in.
Yeah, felt a little slow from T-Bone. He's done his job on the Kai and the car. You can't just then beacon over on the left-hand side because you've already given away your location.
Yes, ने throw कर
Here,
दिया
so
यहाँ
you need
पे
more
मुझे लग रहा है.
reinforcements. It's Chris. Maybe throwing some nades on down here to try and deny exactly.
What a
their
nade!
position at the moment.
Oh!
Gets us also down. That's a little bit of an air
SATL
burst
आ
there,
गई क्या?
catching them a little bit, but not really
Oh, no.
getting any damage done. 3-6, calm down, Chris.
Molotov का नाम क्यों आ रहा है?
360s is jumping away, but you've lost players here of Ascend, even though they kind of got the jump on them.
Yeah, and there's teams lurking in the distance here too. Marshall will full 3 gear too, barrel in hand.
T-Bone का kill.
A little bit of smoke here now. SATL actually.
Oh, SATL ही है,
coming
third
out
party
and-
कर रही है
and,
जो.
You know, spacing out the space in between them and the other teams. They're trying to take space, trying to take angles. Now Nemesis, Sharks in the water here, smelling blood, James.
Yes, they are, and
What a nade.
nobody needs that right now. But I think
What a
that they
duro,
have an
yeah.
opportunity here to be able to put in the boot a little bit more against some of these
My
teams. 'cause
God.
The thing is that for Ascend and Boars, where do they
तो
go?
deal
They go
कैसे
down
करते?
into prison.
हाँ,
and
भाई,
that's
sleep is
awful.
important.
They're going to have to bail here at the moment, which I'm not
किसी
a fan
चीज से
of,
भी ज्यादा सबसे
but
important है
there's not
सोना
much-
भाई.
They're not a fan
Sleep
of it
is the
either, but
most
there's not many
important.
options available to them. So they've
Physical
gotta try this.
activity is more
They
important.
volunteer in incarceration here.
ऋतुजा भी
Don't wanna do
corporate में है,
that.
but she has been working out regularly in the
If I'm
morning.
balls,
You have to
though,
sleep by 11
with
o'clock.
Viz knocking on the door, Nemesis in the distance as well. I said you're
अब मैं 1 बजे सो जाता हूँ, but मैं 7 hours, 7 and a half की sleep लेकर उठ जाता हूँ, no matter what.
Kind of getting out and striking, but right now you also have to look towards the center, have to look towards
And then
space ahead of
gym
you.
जाता हूँ, workout
Let's
करता
see
हूँ.
if you have some
That's
teams that's
very
open,
important.
that's readily available to have a fight or even
और
call
मजा भी
out
आता है
to
भाई.
split from Starry Sky. Some of the space
भाई
around
Goblin ने
them. I
आज
feel
डरा
like
दिया. अरे भाई.
the Deuce being kind of the
कोई डरने
furthest
की जरूरत नहीं
in, in this kind of the triangle of
बदमाशी
where
करता रहता है वो.
the Harry Potter towers are west of prison. He's locking down the information to see, okay, we actually have quite the space. He's looking towards the center. He knows that he has space ahead of him. If this next circle goes west, they actually can either backfill Starry Sky or they can say, and we can go into the Harry Potter that's above them. So it's actually quite the play, and I think they have all the information. They're just making plays to get
zone
the
हम
points
पे
on the
आएगा
board
क्या?
here for the rest.
Surely they've got to kind of consolidate at some point of Starry
वो
Skies.
STS वाला
When
compound
the circle
तो
shifts
अच्छा
now,
था
and then
वैसे.
if copy and paste is both still in, this is going to be insane.
Rocket spam
I did
नहीं
see
किया
that
आप लोगों ने,
Viz
guys.
was
You
kind of
forgot
like
to
in a
spam
surrounded
rocket,
position
यार.
against, prison. That's
Oh,
what I was concerned
no.
about, just in case Ascend actually
अब zone
wanted to
कैसे
move out of
बनेगा
prison
हम
because
पे?
Aaron was in a spot where he might have been the kind of the trap door.
आप लोगों ने spam कर दिया था, delay था वो. Thank you guys for the spam. Let's go. भाई क्या zone predict किया मैंने? मिल्टा और shelter के बीच में towards prison.
This is so important.
ये मैंने
for SAUL to be
बोला
able to
था
convert
starting
from.
में.
The
देख लो
only
जाके.
problem is Nemesis is lurking, and as you said,
now we have to be like very vigilante and take down
this game. But if Nemesis
as many frag points as possible,
the biggest player in the lobby right now, potentially going to be able to shut down S8UL.
The Toolings being the point man for this. With
Bottle
the
Bhai, I am
tons
marrying
of
this
information
September with
coming
love
through,
of my
obviously
life, so some
doesn't wanna commit
suggestions
too
on
much
marriage
time
budget.
towards the Stalpa side, but they also need to
I'm
thread
not the right
needle,
person
and
for this,
south
bhai. You
side
have
of
to
Shelda
talk to
and
your
above Starry
better
Sky
half
is
and
kind of this highway where you drive, you know, just
your
above
parents
the
and
prison
their
side of
parents.
things, and that's usually where a lot of teams kind
The
of
best
go to.
suggestion
Little
is-
Man, they saw it. A lot of shots coming in here. Adusi getting 2 shots and a confirmation on to no
Let's
slack. Here,
go.
Scaff down and confirmed too.
Adusi.
The Lynx singing its song.
Yeah, we tuned in at just the right time for this link.
Perfect.
The
Open
thing is, he's
mein
got
bhai.
1 shot left, and those were 3 shots, which means
Last shot left
6
है इसके
shots
पास.
probably didn't do that much because he's only got 270 damage. So that's kind of good that we saw these
Uh-oh.
shots.
Everlong
Nixie
has been
shots down
eliminated.
Everlong completely here.
हाँ,
Virtus
तो मेरा
Pro on the
suggestion क्या है मैं
south
बताता
side.
हूँ.
Someone's got to stop them
मेरा
as well,
suggestion
man.
ये है कि
Yeah, looking good here, taking a lot
आपका
of space on
expectation,
the southern side.
आपके
It's a
better half का
2-1-1 split.
expectation,
Lookarox and Bimi holding on to the
आपके
compounds they don't
family
want to
का
be backfilled
expectation,
from.
आपके better half के family का expectation. सबका expectation
Boss is falling apart here.
पहले जान लो
This was a
और उसके
halfway
बाद एक
point for
middle
them,
ground
but it
पे
turned
आओ.
out
That
to
is the
be
best
their
way.
Yeah,
cemetery instead.
Hope you understand भाई.
it's not easy now.
हाँ भाई, इधर
Getting
क्यों
caught
रखा है
in the
मैंने?
middle of all
किसी
this.
ने
The
बोला
fact
था
that
मुझे
Viz
यहाँ
did
रखने
not
भाई.
concede the position either. They stuck around, waited.
This is the best
whilst
spot.
this team is on the struggle bus on the cliff side against Prism. Tough stuff completely. And of course, Nemesis still lurking, still completely okay with playing the edge. I mean, if they were going to send it further on in, they would try and crash again, as you say, some of the towers or whatnot and things like that. But it's such a Hail Mary. Like, if you're Nemesis right now and playing the edge play at the moment, you know that you're super confident about your team fight capabilities.
Slack
as well.
यहाँ पे
Guys like
out हो
Diffex
गई है,
leading
no
the
Slack
charge.
is gone.
An example leads the charge as well against no Slack.
SATUL के पास Nemesis है and they are.
here for today.
Oh, Molotov को पता है.
Amazing day number 1 for them.
That's a good
But
spot,
again, going up
Molotov
against
wise.
Twisted Minds now effectively 2 games
Molotov
in
के
a
पास
row.
अच्छा
There's only
spot
so
है.
much you can do.
आ गए. Shit.
It's about to stop here in just 25 seconds here. Oh my god, Molotov finds Millman here.
Lotus.
Someone's going to
Okay.
stop Millman and the guys from Nemesis, and looks like
Arre
SSGL
nahi.
is up for it. They didn't
What
kind
a
of back
knock,
down
man.
from this. Finds Diffix as well with a headshot
Let's go,
on the barrel.
Molotov.
And James, it's on.
Let's go.
That's huge. That's huge. So said and stayed in the distance. They're not in a position to really be able to reinforce this either. They can maybe throw in a few shots, but that's 2 bleed outs, and he knows it as well. Underhand with the Molotov to try and shut them down from Molotov.
अरे नहीं 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 नहीं
And
Molotov.
now stayed and so said.
नहीं Molotov.
Looking for an angle, looking for an
Molotov नहीं.
opportunity, but they're taking
नहीं, Molotov.
casualties. This is the perfect thing for the rest of the lobby
आराम
to
से.
start making
Right
moves.
से आ रहा है.
Well, perfect thing for SSGL getting points. here.
बोला मैंने.
On the
बच
ball.
गया
Molotov,
भाई.
get
क्या
damage
बचा
now.
है
Can see a
bro.
little
Good
bit.
reaction.
At Doozy also
Good
here,
reaction,
still
man.
inside the circle, getting all the information while the other guys are set out to strike and get some points and deny Nemesis a point of entry into the circle.
There we
here.
go.
Molotov
Bushido
has a
Wildcats
great
are
angle
also
on this
out.
rock here.
Yeah.
Has all the information
Throwables
on save.
नहीं हम पे.
Has all the
Oh.
information as well.
Especially with the circle move.
Chalo, we
Avenger,
got
this is an
another point,
unbelievably
3 point.
important fight for S8UL. You've got to shut down Nemesis, because if you do, you've got this game by the horns right now with
थोड़ा
the
सा आगे
circle
जा
shift
सकता है.
like this. If you can clear out this eastern side, it is denying them a bit of time though, but there's no pressure really on S8UL right now. If they can shut down the east side, they're going to have such an easy defensive position from that spot.
They're gonna have to do it quick, but because eventually someone's gonna backfill them. Someone's gonna
Maybe.
get up and get into the lumber side on that southern side that's kind of freely available. Someone's gonna take the
Whoa,
Harry
whoa,
Potter
whoa,
on the
you know,
northern
direct
side,
push कर दिए,
which
Navi.
is kind of the twin to.
Are you kidding me? क्या किया ये Navi ने?
Trying to leave here. Baby finds 2, finds
Why would
Sparrow,
they do
finds
this?
Hecatory. It's down to just Ferris.
Nemesis
He continues
move
for a
out कर
drive-by
गई guys.
too.
SATUL got
is
Nemesis
out.
का और एक
Ferris finds stay
frag.
great.
Yeah,
Let's go, Navi को eliminate कर Navi को. अरे
rolling on down, careful here. Navi's gone.
Kill
That's
चुरा
Ferris
लेगा.
down as
अच्छा
well.
मारा
It's
हुआ.
doing a lot of damage to these teams that are trying to make these desperate rotates.
Okay, now
either
SATUL और
north
एक player
to
को लेकर
east
take
or
down कर
east
सकती है
to
team को.
north. As Nemesis, of course, was trying to
नहीं
bail from
जाएंगे
the
उधर.
situation to get S8UL, and S8UL
Yeah!
knows exactly the potential threat that's going to be
Kill
coming
चुरा.
from this angle.
अरे
now as
nice
well,
one,
as they
Molotov.
are
Let's
actually
go.
moving into a position
There you go,
with
guys.
Habibi
5
hunting
kill point
down
हो गए हमारे.
the remaining member of Boars.
चार
But
चार
S8UL
की
is
दिखा रहे.
looking to crush
एक
this
और तो मिला था ना.
northeast side and
हाँ,
take full
5 हुए,
control
वही
of the
correct.
game once again.
We got 5.
Yeah, 10 kills for this here. Great effort for them. Top 7 as well. If they
Come
can
on, man,
sneak
come
in
on.
and maybe get another placement point or something like that. Eventually, Vitality and Twisted Minds are gonna fight.
Rocket spam, guys. Rocket
with the
spam.
BDM
अगला
and
zone बनने जा रहा है.
how
Rocket
everything's kinda looking.
spam.
I really like
Bro,
the
Virtus
style
Pro is still alive,
that
man.
we're seeing with the approach from the BDM here. Get into the circle, get some pressure, try to force some of the other teams
Virtus
away
Pro
here.
का player
And then
knock.
once they see the last circle, they're gonna make a send for a play where they know that they can win the game from.
Yeah, I think there's huge value in keeping. Okay, all right, that's a penalty
Hey,
foul.
yay!
Let's see if
This
Alamada
is
can
also
do something.
eliminated
He
by
was the
SATUL.
bazooka man,
And there we go. We are
sorry, in
on the 9th
playoffs,
position now.
especially on that last day.
Twisted
And
Minds
they
यहाँ
don't
पर
have
eliminate हो
competition
जाएगी
against
अभी.
it, which is quite nice.
Hopefully.
The thing is that, as you say, like the BRDM, if you can keep it alive into the late game, has
Okay,
unbelievable
okay,
value,
interesting.
almost
Vitality have
unparalleled
decided
value
कि वो
against some of the
SATUL की तरफ
utility
जाएंगे
available in
शायद.
the game. They're not looking to
Yeah,
put
boy.
into it just
Oh,
yet
no.
here at Vitality. They're bailing from that fight straight
नहीं,
into the
नहीं,
hands
नहीं,
of
नहीं,
SAUL.
Nice
They
one,
lie down
Molotov.
and try and get away from it, but Molotov
नहीं
does
Molotov
catch
ज़्यादा
Gedrox.
open में.
That's
Yeah,
great.
boy.
Billavanta down too. Hello, my bad finds Patul in the BDM though.
Right में है भाई,
It's a
right
fight on
में.
multiple sides. Molotovs get the Gedrox confirmation here, and now also Levante is getting confirmed, and it's down to just
Nice
Chrissy. They
nade.
know where he is. He's getting a blue zone straight to the tree as well. This fight can end up quickly to just be completely
Yeah, boy.
destroyed.
गया,
And
गया,
Twisted
गया,
Minds
गया.
might be the winner
Right
of this,
में हमारा और एक player है.
besides not getting the points,
Yeah.
obviously, but still surviving
वो
from
take down
that.
कर लेगा उसको.
They do. I'm just
Bro,
wondering
right
whether
there.
or not Virtus Pro
नहीं,
starts
Aduzi.
reading into the lobby as a whole and
No,
then
bro.
starts taking more room from
No.
a fight like this, right? Because
Shit,
SAUL
Vitality का
actually
player.
abandoned a bit of a location, what is west of Lumberyard,
Oh, no.
which could potentially allow Virtus Pro to claim some of that and then be able to control this
Ula.
game from there as well. So I appreciate the fact that SAUL
Okay, Virtus Pro is in a good
kills.
spot right now, but,
he found a crate and came back, and now he's seizing the
Okay,
middle
Vitality
position.
का player,
this is
यार,
kind
हमारा
of playing
fracture है
out
क्या?
how I
Twisted
maybe
Mind ने?
envisaged it here, Avenger.
नहीं
Yeah.
नॉक हुआ है वो.
Very astute observation
वो नहीं
here.
फिनिश किया नॉक
With a
को.
boat in
Exactly
there
हमारा
for some cover.
फ्रैक्चर है
Star
शायद.
Sky now 0 kills, had the compound.
चल चल चल
Did
चल.
not put a lot of pressure on for the rest here. Going for Sin, and now they're gonna have a big
Uh-oh.
fight with PGG. Cover going out here. Nitro goes for him lethal. Can he find a connection on some of the guys?
What a nade,
it's
bro.
going out and it's falling apart for them. Look how many of them are falling already. We're down to just Nitro, and he's got half HP.
Vitality has been eliminated by SATUL.
Massive damage.
Now we have
against
9
Starry
frags,
Skies.
guys.
Not sure that this is going to be. They're going to be long for this world much longer. Salak has a Panzer
VP
could put in so
VP
much
आ गई
damage if
पीछे
you
से,
wanted
bro.
to. I
VP
understand
सारे
that Wolves
fracture
have
आ
to keep
लिए.
it around for maybe the most
My
desperate
goodness,
situations. Look, just
VP
going
is-
around for the flank here, looking for an opportunity. He's got the ghillie. He's got plenty of 3 gear on board as well, sending some flashes forwards. Even Molotovs in as well here for Starry Skies. The Skies
Oh my
are going to be
God,
lit
Virtus
up
Pro.
as they are out in fifth
ऐसा लग रहा है
place.
इनको ज़्यादा
Virtus
tryhard करने की
Pro is
जरूरत
currently
नहीं
on the warpath
पड़ी
once
for these
again.
8
kills
frags.
to their name. Need some cover though.
Come on SATUL.
Oh, Batulin's falling again here. That's the second knock for him.
SATUL
here. He's gonna
versus
go down
Virtus
in 30
Pro
seconds.
का
He doesn't
feel
get
आ रहा है
knocked
मुझे.
out. Even a third knock, it looks fourth knock. It looks like currently Blue Zone's going out. It's just enough to save potentially.
Yo, yo,
Batulin's. Look
yo.
at that.
एक और
On the
player
edge
down
here, Nate's
PGG
coming
का.
in now. They're gonna have to commit to either.
But I don't
getting
think
him
so
up
वो
or
frag हमें
getting this
मिलेगा. I'm not sure.
third
Oh
knock
yeah,
here.
we got it.
Molotov
10
finds Subilla.
kills.
Oh.
6 kills for Molotov, 10 for SAUL. They have turned on. They're in 7th place already.
Yeah, look at that jump. It's huge.
Oh, PGG वाइप हो रही है Virtus Pro द्वारा यहाँ पर. Virtus Pro के भी 10 frag, 12 frag हो जाएंगे शायद.
Still
Boom.
from the positions.
That was close.
Looking at it, it's almost turning into a top 3 right now. As for Virtus Pro, PGG, man, you are done soon. You are going to be cooked. There is not much you'll be able to do from this. More nades go forwards against the position of Twisted Minds.
एक तो
Virtus
player
Pro
knock
knows
कर
there's a
दे
team
बस.
right next to them, but it's
Virtus
trying
Pro
to
का.
do huge damage
Crazy scene हो
to
जाएगा.
reigning
Ouch.
Goliath
Flashbang.
in EMEA. As Twisted Minds is just a little further than this as well. Virtus Pro has their eyes on so many potential conflicts and opportunities here.
SATUL need to reposition.
Circle
ओए हमारा
southeast
player knock
is
हुआ
the
क्या?
worst possible
मैं देखा नहीं
circle
kill feed.
for everyone in this lobby here
हाँ, revive हो
except
गया ना?
for
Okay.
VP. 11 kills so far. 4 guys strong. Look,
sandwich हो गई PGG.
here is absolutely
Okay, so it's
disgusting.
VP,
finds the confirmation
SATUL
steal on
and Twisted
Slow
Mind.
Jacket as Perfectic
VP and
found the knock
SATUL
here.
both have
Now SATUL
double
is
digit
laying
में
down the hammer
frags.
onto Twisted
PGG
Minds.
have a chance
They are
to.
the furthest team outside the zone here. Crescenti goes down, and now Example is trying
Interesting.
for the push here onto VP.
Come on SATUL, reposition yourself.
Anytime Example goes for a spray or something like that.
अगला
It's gonna be
fight
stolen
बहुत
away by
important
Virtus
है.
Pro. Perfectix down. In the previous PEC championship, he was an absolute monster, was Perfectix, arguably the MVP. But that, it might be gone here at the moment. Virtus Pro
VP.
looking fantastic.
VP
shutting
versus
them down,
SATUL.
15 kills, jumps into #1 against an insane Nemesis performance from our previous
Very, very
games.
interesting
Virtus Pro,
moment.
the PGS3 champions, is so here to play. But so is a doozy with a mortar here from the north side.
कहाँ गिरा मोटा?
Yeah, and arguably, this is going to be a fight for King of the Hill, basically, because they have space on the eastern side. VP has space on that western side.
Oh my god. Virtus Pro का एक player western side नहीं southern side पे है.
With this, James, though, with this win, potentially with 3 or 4 kills, depending on what happens, if they get this locked down, that could put them into 3rd place. Considering where they started, considering that Aduzi had 0 kills yesterday, this is the start that they needed.
Yeah. It felt like this game was almost predetermined with the way in which Virtus Pro was holding out the south side, with the way in which SAUL was holding down Lumberyard side. This is a potentially great 4v4 in the making, with these two teams looking fantastic throughout the whole game. 6 for Molodog.
Molodog 6 kills, man.
I understand the
cover
potential move for them, just in case they have completely wrapped on a round.
They are not wrapped, but they need to cross-check.
Is that a play for cover, or for they thought that they were there already? Because like that's the ridge where they could have played already.
Maybe.
Exactly.
That could be the angle of approach.
Oh man, Curexy बहुत right से आ रहा है, guys.
Obviously they had the Harry already in, so that's
but okay, Aduzi देख रहा है. That's nice to know.
Playing area right now for VP. It does look like a bit of an advantage is on VP's side in terms of the circle, but we have one more circle to pop before we go dead center. So let's see where we go, James.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I still feel like advantage
versus chat
Pro.
Rocket.
I think the problem for SAUL is they kind of lost track of
guys, Curexy जो है वो बहुत अच्छे spot पे है. I'll be very honest.
They're northeast,
but I don't think so he's going to overcommit.
And what
वो तीनों जाके check कर रहे right side. That's a good move.
Is the fact that Curexy is still being a bit of a sneaker. As you can see, even Aduzi is still kind of trying to keep an eye on some of that direction here. But if you want to put it in the hands of an individual, Curexy as your 1-3 in the 1, he's a meanie.
Yeah, they've got the terrain advantage here. The question is, how much is the utility on the side of Virtus Pro? They're going to need smokes eventually still. Some of the space is ahead of them here, so if we eventually can check in. Look at that. 4 nades on Nixie. Not a lot of smokes available for them side. 15 total. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. Good shots connecting here. We're also going to have to check on SAUL's smokes. Not a lot either. So that's a total of 8. So this is going to be very, very heavily smoked towards the middle. Oh my god. Falls. Crashes just a little bit in the car here, but survives eventually. Oh, one more shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
got him.
Oh my days. I think Curexy played his hand quite early in proceedings there for a second, but of course had the card just to go back. Now, they can get him up, I think, from this, but what is SAUL going to do? They know that there's a little bit of a window here where one is knocked, there is in the smokes as well, moving very aggressively forward, spraying into those smokes as well, trying to shut down the position that is potentially afforded to them. And that has been actually SAUL moving close to the center off that knock alone. So good moves here by them.
Yeah, taking space.
नहीं वो left में आ गया.
Coming out here. Now smokes is coming out, and a lot has already been used here. Let's talk about it. 15 is not a lot. It's not a lot because usually we see 4, 5, 6 smokes kind of coming out and making a wall towards the center, and it lasts for 40, 50 seconds in total until you can start seeing a lot of area around it. Now Molotov gets burned. Actually, cannot ADS with the Molotov around him. And now he's going to have to try to survive just a little bit, try to get this off here. Beamy off the side. I don't think they saw. I expected him. Look at him push up. Gets Molotov down here now. It's on the side of VP getting the majority of this space here.
Yeah, to have a knock on a flush that quickly. This is now Virtus Pro's wheelhouse. You might have a little bit of a control of the little dot for the circle like this. However,
we have man disadvantage. They have to come.
Available. Lucarux on that right hand side could become an extreme problem because it's a bit closer to you. And some shots through the smokes here from Curexy, and that might force a little bit of a heal up coming in from SAUL. But Aduzi, he has a P90 in hand. I didn't realize he got it from that crate, and that could be a complete game changer here, taking down Nixie.
We don't have throwables.
This thing is a laser
He's gonna get revived though.
Now using more and last emergency cover coming in here. This could be the opening for them, but they are spread out compared to how congested VP is. VP had more lethals, no more utility on the side of Aduzi, and he tries to go for the push here. The window of opportunity was shut down already. Beamy is down, is getting multiple knocks. Lucarux as well gets full burst too.
It's looking rough, and that is Virtus Pro here. It's our rich get richer teams as Virtus Pro already in the money when it came to the points.
Ah, man,
And they take a
anti-man.
victory here after seizing complete control of the south side of this circle, Avenger. What a performance from them.
Bro.
Yeah, what a great step up.
हाँ सेकंड आए हम लोग गाइस विद 10 फिनिशेस या 10 फिनिशेस 10 थे ना गाइस आउच दैट हर्ट्स बट दैट इट्स हाँ अगर हम पे थ्रोएबल्स गाइस अगर हम पे थ्रोएबल्स होता ना वी वुड हैव लाइक ऑब्वियसली बेटर हम लोगों ने वो किया होता थ्रोएबल्स नहीं थे हम पे हम पे थ्रोएबल्स बहुत आ रहे थे ना इन लोगों को भी रीपोजिशन होना पड़ा है दैट्स ऑल राइट मैन इट्स फाइन वेल प्लेड बाय द टीम वेल प्लेड बाय द टीम अबे ये गिर के फिनिश हुआ था लॉल इट्स ऑल राइट could have been more points but better than yesterday that's the best part about today कल का दिन के हिसाब से तो बहुत बढ़िया खेला है आज लॉन्डो ने देखो दिक्कत क्या था मालूम है आर प्लेयर्स हैड टू कमिट बिकॉज ये वाला मोमेंट थोड़ा बेकार हो गया या बहुत ज्यादा आगे पुश हुआ एंड यहां पर पुश कर ही देना चाहिए था फिर सबको हर डायरेक्शन से जब नॉक निकाला था we got 16 points in this match and that will land us up in top 7 I guess है ना गाइस Oh man. Vivek Singh, Mortal Paglu, thank you for the 200 super chat, my friend. Guys, जितने भी लोग देख रहे हो, do not forget to drop a like to the stream. As Vivek Singh, Mortal Paglu ने बोला है, guys, here is the spring finals का leaderboard and we are in 7th position right now. We need good games. We need more good games. ऐसा ही टाइप के और गेम्स चाहिए हम लोग को. बट अच्छा मोमेंटम पकड़ा है पहले मैच में 5 फिनिशेस निकाले सेकंड मैच में 10 फिनिशेस निकाले आई गेस इफ ऐसे ही वो लोग एवरेज कर करके खेलते रहेंगे हर मैच में इट्स गोना बी अमेजिंग डैमेज डीलर में एडूजी इज लीडिंग किल्स में निग्जी इज लीडिंग एंड हमारा मोलोडॉक्ट भी है विद 6 फ्रैग्स रिवाइव्स ओके हाँ कायदे इंग्लिश बोल रहे हो आज मोटर भाई काइडी इंग्लिश काइदी मतलब पोडियम आना चाहिए आई नो मैं भी चाहता हूँ डैम ब्रो #2 के लिए टफ है आई नो इट्स अ लिटिल टफ बट वी नीड टू बी कंसिस्टेंट वी नीड टू फोकस ऑन आवर गेम वो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है चीज अब अगला मैच बहुत जल्द शुरू हो जाएगा 59 पॉइंट्स का लीड है आई नो गाइस बट it takes just a couple of or maybe 3 good games to change everything. Comic-Con आओगे भाई I am not sure कि मैं Comic-Con आऊंगा या नहीं आऊंगा I'll decide on maybe second day शायद आ पाऊं क्योंकि day 1 पे मैं बाहर जा रहा हूँ गाइस आप लोग थोड़ा मैच चालू होने के पहले मैं आता हूँ जरा रुको आया मैं ओके
It's like they have 20 observers just following your team, but no, they actually have quite a few. They just know exactly who to follow. But yeah, obviously, following the top teams doing well. They're going to continue to do well. Nixie, 21 kills. Lukaruk, 17. Beamy getting the 14. And that's obviously huge for these guys. Beamy leading quite the charge here with the damage, so that's good. But can someone catch Diffix? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, eh? The fact that, yeah, the PGS3 MVP isn't even above where Diffix is at the moment. Of course, as Nemesis does actually bear a little bit of an opportunity to talk about here, Blank, because over on that east side, going up against S8UL, it was very difficult for Nemesis to get any purchase on that whatsoever. And a little bit, it's probably, I guess, their worst game so far out of the 7.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough spot to be playing from where they were, but it's expected at some point you can't just keep having good games. As much as most teams would like for that to happen, I think at some point you're going to get put down. Even then, I think they got a couple here and there, but I think for Team Nemesis, it is looking a little bit stressful, right? Where you're trying to take this first place, but you have these beasts chasing you down in the form of Virtus Pro and Twisted Minds. And I think that for Virtus Pro, it's interesting the way they play, because you can kind of line it up directly in comparison to Team Nemesis, where, for instance, Virtus Pro, yeah, they have some games where they don't get a huge amount of points, but they're having these massive games consistently enough that I'm okay with some of this aggressive gameplay, which maybe sends them down in like 12th, 11th place certain games. But if you're coming out with 29 point, 26 point games more often than not, that's fine. That's fine.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's listen in on some team comms from our previous Erangel here as Virtus Pro takes the win.
Играй, не касай.
Сынок.
Играй.
Соло остался. Вот.
Тихо.
А я в зону.
Есть смоки еще там по себя быть. 2 смока скинул.
Нажать можно. Еще смоков раскидать.
Behind wizard, I think. I'm nading wizard. Green?
He's resting my guy on green.
Okay, nade green, it's Swiss.
I'm on my guy on green.
Should be close on us, the PGG guy.
Follow me.
Налево, Тёма,
Возьми
налево.
ультилку.
Конечно, не дал.
चलो भाई.
3. I think last guy was healing.
I can smoke.
Yeah, that's all 4.
PUBG PC है ये. Correct there.
Вот слева выйдет, смотрите лево.
7 करोड़.
Убегает налево.
मैं थोड़ा सा एक काम कर रहा हूँ यहीं पे बैठ के. Obviously stream भी देखता रहूँगा side by side.
Он мне молик дает.
Гарик первый этаж.
Он мне хлеб давать.
Ты один играешь.
За синий.
Слева, помочь.
Почти ногу.
На меня запушил. Я жду Гарик. On triangle, I think. I'm only triangle.
Yeah.
Go triangle. Burning.
Cannot see much. We need to wait for the smoke. Give me a sec. I'm smoking up to good angle.
Okay guys.
Dog triangle, my triangle. One left to top, I think.
Yes.
Дал желтый урон.
अभी सुनू भाई क्या बातें हो रही हैं.
Я пытаюсь нашить смоки. Бля, надо пропушить ее, походу, уже, парни. У меня смоков нет. Есть мне передо мной смок?
Идите, я сейчас справа пойду просто пушить.
Он убежал слева, кажется.
Я прохожу пока.
У меня флопом просто. Он убегает, я
Ну,
его слышу.
парень, я иду, вам надо идти, блядь. За камнями живут.
He has a fucking P90. We need to nade him.
रुको.
He's running.
We have 0 smokes.
Knock.
Last to top.
Last two up right.
One orange, one right.
Yes.
Orange last guy.
Yeah.
I'm pushing.
I'm taking space.
Nice.
Oh my god, baby.
Fucking
What
pro.
the fuck did you just do to him?
It's always good to see from the first-person perspective of Virtus Pro here looking as good as they do. I was saying it during that blank. If this team continues the way they do, looking the way they did at PGS3 and now here, they're becoming world champions. It's just a matter of time. They look crazy right now this year.
Yeah, it's a very high likelihood when you look at this team and compared to everyone else. And I mean, Nixie is catching Diffx up. I mean, maybe not in the damage department, but man, what a player Nixie's been. I mean, such a chill guy as well, and getting this amount of kills, like he is really doing a lot of work for the squad.
Yeah.
It's great to see. I think Virtus Pro just has this great mentality when they get to the late game and they bounce off one another so well.
Set themselves apart, and will that divide continue here as Diffx has got some wolves at the door? But it is time for game number 3 of the day. Game 8 of our finals.
Game 8
1
begins,
for
man.
PC,
Let's go.
As Blank and Avenger are going to bring you all of the action, Mr. Blinkers.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, but we're heading straight into the game. This is from the northeast down towards the southwest on this one. A little bit less availability on that south side, but to be honest, not that much. This is a fairly decent playing path for everyone. For Virtus Pro, though, what a game that last one was. For Team Nemesis, I'd like to see potentially another strong showing in this match so they can catch up, because I don't think Team Nemesis is done just yet. For S8UL, though, I was very happy to see what they were able to pull off in that last match. I think that overall, we've been waiting for this moment to happen for quite a long time now. And it just hadn't quite got there just yet. But for SAUL, great stuff. I'd like to see this continue. You know, you get your second
और
place,
कितने
you can do a
matches? ये
little
तो
bit
अभी
more. But it's pro.
थर्ड मैच है ना? हाँ, ये थर्ड
2-2
मैच है.
split.
और 2 मैच होंगे इसके
Playing
बाद.
around. I mean,
एक
last time we saw them on this
Rondo
map,
and
it was
then
an absolute
Erangel, right?
monstrous finish from Lukarux.
Ooh!
Do you think finish?
Look at the zone.
They head up towards the northeast side.
The fuck?
I told Clarice yesterday.
ये Rondo है.
I'll
इसके
tell you
बाद
again, it's dirty. I don't like it.
इसके बाद कौन सा मैप होगा?
But it is a fun place to finish a lot of our circles. With all the water involved as well, a lot of the high ground availability. You do have Heme Town as well up on this edge, and it's been a long while since I've seen a Heme Town
Refresh करूँ, Bhargav? All right, Bhargav
Team
ji.
Vitality starting up there early.
One
Let's
second.
talk about Team Vitality for a sec as well, because the Team Vitality, it's a far cry of a distance from what we saw in
भाई ये कैसा zone है?
of those qualifiers.
देखो VP कितना early.
They really had this
निकल गए bro
massive
VP.
showing. It felt like going into day
VP
one
का 1-2 player निकल
of
चुका है.
the finals that it would be
Nemesis
just
के manager
carried
के साथ
across.
watch
That
party
wasn't
कर रहा
the
हूँ.
case.
क्या बात है
Team
भाई?
Vitality, they have not been able to carry across that momentum. They're not doing horribly on the rankings, 27 points, but when you compare that to some of our top squads from that top 5, you know, with PGG being at 48 and then First Pro at 94, it's really not where I think they'd feel they belonged. They have some great players on the team. Levante, when he is blasting, looks fantastic. Similarly, on the rest of the squad, Bad Bazooka, he's crazy. But I want to see a bit more from that. Yeah, hello, my Bazooka. That's what I want to see more on our Team Vitality here, Avenger.
Yeah, this is the big one for them. Obviously, this home turf here is really where they need to start scrapping. Also,
हाँ, अभी थोड़ा surrender हुआ, होता ही है वो. Don't worry about it.
absolutely insane circle. Chris is hitting dead center, but there's so much unplayable up here that they need to get their heat maps out and get ready. And here are a collection of maps. Oh, look at that. I wonder, a good old hot drop on the boot camp. I love that.
Wow, where is that? What is that place? Is that my favorite map of all time?
It's 2019 middle map. Have fun, hot drops. the Pina and hot drops where you fight side by side over the rivers. I love that.
Oh, Paris is hot drops as well. Good times.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Better times.
All right. What's your thoughts so far on what we've seen from this, though? I gotta say, man, I've been surprised and impressed with them holding on to 6th place here. Last game, 10 kills. They got, held out eventually, but they still fought their way through balls, fought their way through some of Ascent, had some of the fights throughout, especially with Navi as well. They tried to do a pull-up and a drive-by, but they got denied by Habibi, man. They're looking good.
Yeah, they're sort of like a steam train that's low on fuel, right?
Okay.
It's they
ऐसे duel ये use कर ली guys.
They're a force
Emergency.
to be reckoned with, but at some point they run out of
Interesting.
gas, run out of steam. And I do think that's the problem with this right now, is that you don't often see them far towards those end games. But early to mid, it's fairly decent. You're right, and they are picking up those points in those positions. I don't think they're afraid to take some of these fights either. They have a decent entry point towards this circle, though, right on that northern side around Concierge. So I do think that this could be a game for them to maybe get deeper into the match, with most teams being on this south side, with the playing path actually dropping most players off further down towards the southern edge of the map. This is absolutely fair from SAUL on the E pick.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
Direct जा रहे भाई.
absolutely agree with you. I do think it is surprising still seeing
Zone was a
this in
problem,
6th
now
place.
it does not look like a
That's
problem.
good. I like that from them. Well, we're going to have to see how they approach this one here. So far, with coming in from the northern side, they've really figured out that, okay, there's not going to be a lot of space up here. And with how everything kind of lines up, it's going to be a fun one for sure. And also, with how Rondo is in general, looking at some of the heat maps from Rondo, like, it's actually so rare we see this exact circle here. The closest kind of usual circles we have is just below Muho Pan and the area below there, because that's the kind of only unplayable or playable space that doesn't go away from water. So we'll see if we end up there. It's the closest compound to where the northern stack, where Vitality is currently. So maybe they also have some inside information on this one.
So what you're saying is these teams, they're cooked. They're absolutely cooked.
Unless you're close to Vitality or you're fighting out from Muho Pan or you're on the Muho Pan kind of top side, then you're going to have a rough one. Hollow K9 is my worst nightmare. If he gets this knock, he gets this knock, that'll be crazy.
He gave it a good go. He gave it a real good go. And we can only respect that from a man like Marshall here on boards. But again, this does...
Yeah, top 2 is going to be difficult, but let's see. Let's hope for the best.
So many teams have had to
have
rapidly move
match by match
their way up here because it is so far away for a lot of these squads. So loot is looking a little bit dire. It's looking a bit dire in a lot of the camps at the moment. Holographic K9 really
Twisted Mind down.
K12 though, Na'Vi
3-man down.
going absolutely sicko mode over on Twisted Minds.
Getting that many is just insane. I think he might be able to get the last one too. That was
VP ka player
insane
down
from
ho
him, and they were able to hold out. It's just Batulins maybe coming back for the chips later, or maybe stealing the chips. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Could be some explosive action here for that. I do love the new addition of stealing chips and putting in the recall tower to get a chance at some gear and guns from the crates. I kind of like that. I don't think it's going to have an impact on competitive in terms of we're going to see early fights. It's still not worth it unless you give thousands of. Okay, here we go. Replay. One first guy destroyed. Two next guys absolutely destroyed as well. Insane from Boostic. He got 299 damage from that. That's just next level.
That was very clean. Very clean couple of sprays there coming through.
Arsenal ने score कर दिया Newcastle के against.
At all on that bridge.
Oh no.
Let alone to get blasted as quickly as they did either. See here the
just
aftermath.
Things, man.
Yeah, I mean the guy's good, but again, I think a lot of the onus for us has been over on Hakatori. Where is he? Where's the damage numbers coming out from that guy? That's what we expected
Quality low
to
lag
see
rahi
coming
hai,
out
aisa kyun
into the finals here, the playoffs. But yeah, I think for
Sahi hai quality.
It's been a bit of a weird time right now on 26 points. Then again, we do keep alluding to it. It's a crazy stacked lobby. I think that, even if you're towards the middle of the pack right now, I don't think you should feel too disappointed in yourself. This is a very, very hard lobby to play in.
It is extremely tough. It's honestly, again, a place where I'm thinking, okay, this is probably some of the most stacked lobby we've ever had, especially with some of the new guys coming back, some of the prodigies coming in. Sure, we had some retirements. Sure, we had some players that didn't qualify through this, but it is extremely stacked.
Zevan Zalana.
Very, very top heavy. And also, just look at it from this in 6th place down to 15th is just 20 points. Like one big game, you're jumping so many placements. You're jumping prize pool, you're jumping PGC points. It's actually such a huge impact.
Sad that you left out TMO. They're having a pretty big shocker, right?
Yeah.
we're almost on a 1 point average. I think for TMO, it's not a great time for them. They did shine though last week, and it is a bit disappointing for me to see them in 16th place because I was really excited for them to make a resurgence. I think they had some very cool plays last week as well, but now, and the stakes are even higher. The players are even better, and that is a circle.
Oh,
to be sure.
My God.
On Middle Island, this one just went south side of Muho Pan. This is a very awkward area to play. It is not deterministic on either
Dikhao
side.
Circle. Bhaiya dikhao na circle, please.
Maybe a slightly higher likelihood of heading over towards the east here, but even then I'm guessing.
We could end on this, you see the river with the bridges. We can end on that little peninsula that is west, and not kind of southwest of Muho Pan. If we end there, that's gonna be absolute shambles for everyone but one team. Oh my God!
It's SAUL's second e-pickup of the game coming in.
We're going back.
Days, we're going back. We're going back.
Yeah, Arik.
I mean, they got some loot in Hime Town. It's worth it, and then they might go high ground. I don't know. This is
Emergency
I've never played an ending that ended or had second circle pop with this much water on this side here, and this much in play. So I feel like a lot of teams are going to realize and think, okay, we are actually just going to play for kills and points here. Let's try to see if we can get the most out of it. See if we can get into a spot where we can just kill, because we're not going to win this game. And that's the big one here. And now the get across here. Drive-by trying to come in, and Micah hit one. A Saint Aris just gave up there. Felt like, oh, look at that. Swaps around. Justice gets one. Hitman gets one as well. Everlong is having a rough fight here. Bottom two teams fighting for survival at this point.
Second emergency pickup. Damn.
Oh, sorry, gets blown away by Justice on a nice nade sent through. The Mythov currently recuperating inside this warehouse, getting players back up again. It just killed me. It killed me to watch Ares rock up in the vehicle and then basically make the most aggressive side-eye I've ever seen in the car. And I think the story was equally as confused in that situation. A slight delay before he just sprayed him down. I'm gonna have to clip that for myself later on. The Mythov though,
वो तो पता है मुझे cars नहीं है अभी.
enjoyment, it's gotta be done. A little nade gets sent in. Justice realizes this is getting tough.
My
Really nowhere
goodness.
to go. Saint
भागे जा रहा है भाई.
now, though.
They've got utility. They've got something to play with here. They've got a quick and easy way to finish this fight here. A few stun grenades thrown at the corners, thrown at the walls. Now smokes deployed too. Ares got some lethals as well. Now they saw lethals come their way, so they're just gonna bow down and bow out. Nades coming in inside and outside wall. Then you're absolutely banging here. Great nade, wasn't cooked enough. 3 damage only. Looks like Fantasia is gonna be holding the front line of this. They're gonna be swinging off to the west.
What is emergency pickup? Emergency pickup में एक
little bit shambles for that.
मतलब उसको लगाते हैं जब emergency pickup को.
Got him down.
तो आप
also swings
basically
in on Fantasia.
game को बोल रहे हो
Surely this is gonna be an easy way to finish
मेरे को
this
एक
fight for them.
emergency
Fantasia finds one though.
हेलीकॉप्टर चाहिए जो हमें पिकअप करके लेकर जाएगा.
Micah.
जल गया ले.
He swings round. It's a cheeky spot, but they've got a pretty good idea of where he's
Funny
playing.
भाई.
There's not really any other place inside
zone
the
right
league
shift
for
दिया
them.
पूरा.
They'll
STL का है.
fight
Don't tell me अब
easily in
STL पूरा
effects.
left में.
And TMO will garner themselves some
Show
more
me the zone,
points.
man, please.
Much
Okay,
better, much
okay,
better.
okay.
What is this circle?
STL versus
Oh,
Ace.
this is the exact circle let's talk about.
I know,
This is
that's
the-
what you're saying.
This is the hill south of Muho.
Oh,
Town.
shit.
It's the only place that I've ever
Nice.
seen this end, and it looks like we're going there.
Khaya
because we have
STL,
unplayable,
but
you have
ठीक है,
water
safe
around
है.
it. So there's going to be a southeast shift.
We also have a
but it's going to be fun because
we
we're
also
going to
have
have a
vehicles
lot of
for
urban
ourselves.
fighting here inside Muho.
Oh, player knock हो गया नहीं.
But SGA duel looking good there. But look at VP. These guys have the same info I have. They know this the spot. They're just straight sending it to it. They lost Luckarooks, but a 3-man here on this western side is going to be great. A little bit of a safe space to play with for now. They can sit in here and wait for a little while, and then once the teams they come out, they're going to
My
have some
goodness,
fun with
Boars आ गए
it.
इनके ऊपर.
Boss is actually kind of lurking in the distance here. This shack does not have too much info to get out of, except for the door, obviously. Hello, Senpai. Look at that. Runs for Corexi. Tries to get the info. They also have a spot on the island just south of it.
Okay, they are
too.
gone. They are
SKS
stuck.
headshots, double of it. Even Nixie goes down.
But आ रहा है.
Corexi is making a real long shot on this side of things. VP only have 3 players to speak of, though, so there's only 2 ups. For Boars, there's a big potential they might be able to overtake them on this one. It was a tough position to land on. They had some emergency cover flares to work with towards that late game. Levante will find a nice nade over towards Melman, over towards Team Nemesis, so they have to respond quick in kind. As Vitality is looking to gear themselves up into this match. Will be flushed out as GetDrogs just drops the painkillers and the energy drink before getting back on the road again. Yeah, but for VP, it looked like a crazy approach. They really did wait a long while. Oh, and that's TMO out. Oof, yeah. VP waited a long while. They were coming in very late. They managed to make their way over here. Corexi's doing good work, though, as is Beamy. And this maybe doesn't look as bad as we thought it did.
Oh, Boss is out.
Yeah, right.
They got it. No Slag actually ended up helping them finding Hello Senpai and Hickses. Huge for Satta and Scav. Now Beamy says, thank you for the help, but here, take some lead.
Navi, please Hakatori on PGG. No, it's like playing on that small island. I like that. I respect it. Not a bad place to be. Some good shots from Stade right now. Getting a little bit of revenge on Team Vitality. for Millman going down.
Valorant
Full
ranked soon,
advantage
man.
of that jammer pack to use that little cheeky angle outside the blue. But didn't find too much success off the back of it. I think if he maybe found a knock, it would have been much better. Stratos, Artoon do need to make their way in. Diffex, though, won't miss. Does find Gedrock. So the fight between Team Nemesis and Team Vitality continues.
Look at that. Shots coming in. Star Sky losing a few, but gets PGG down. Someone's got to stop them in that 5th place. The chase is on. And
भाई नीचे के टीम से वाइप हो रहे हैं, देख रहे हो आप?
Good placement, but not a lot of kills for them. They could have capitalized a bit more here. Silas jumps in, and that's a very, very low BDM. Surely some point someone's going to have to get out and get some rests in and get some damage done here. Stun grenades goes off. PG, one nade into this smoke here and could be looking really good.
Ooh.
That's going to do some damage to BDM here. Boostic finds Salik, and PDG's at the receiving end of this. Is Silas just going for a straight play for points here? Gets one, gets Salik. Taken away from Boostic, and now PG's going away. Look at it's basically just a few bullets from dying. If someone has a repair kit, that could actually be worth investing into.
I feel like it's gone though, but it's a nice nade from Kovalevy in the background. Some shots towards him, gets his helmet plinked right off his head. And he will immediately run away off the back of that one. Tried to go for a nasty little backstab over towards them. Vitality. Those flush out Diffex. That has been a really painful fight for both teams. Neither team really wanting to give up at all. Team Vitality do come out ahead though with one extra player, albeit he is down. Another nade will get another knock. Kovalevy just not giving up on this one. Gets a flush over towards Vazo. Continues to send these grenades in.
Yeah, this lethal utility is on point here. Really destroying the remainders of Star Sky. No Slack looking to hold on to this 4th place currently. They have great information from this southern side, and if they can hold on and lock this one down here, it would be great. Oh, look at that bgmi with the 2 knocks on to Bushido Wildcats. Presenti finds Snixie though. More utility coming through, trying to get the flushes, get the confirms onto these 2 points that's available for them. They've sent it towards the center here because it is very, very central right now. Schenken finds bgmi. VP is getting stopped a little bit here.
Yeah, not bad shots from Code Marco. Yeah, definitely helped by Schengen, but not bad shots at all. It's a bit of a horrible spot to be in when it comes to those nades and Ascend just swinging around on that northern side.
क्या लगता है guys? एक बार rocket spam मारोगे क्या? थोड़ा luck आ जाएगा हमारी तरफ.
No Slack, don't get hit by any
है ना? झटपट पटापट. I guess we are doing good. We are in a good position, I guess. हम लोग को ज़्यादा fight करने की ज़रूरत पड़ी नहीं अभी तक.
Navi Fair is trying to go for some mortar shots here, maybe to make some space ahead of them, get some confirmations in. That's a really pinpoint accurate onto that tree, but that's not where they are. IXC is on the rock for cover, and Starry Sky is in the little dip there. Let's see where we're going for the next one here. Are we going to go and continue on that southeast side? Look at that. Vitality. Talking about that compound. It's a really strong one to kind of get out from and get some control. But Navi is really hunking down the damage onto them.
Boostic will get taken out though, so this is fairly decent for Vitality. 2 players left, Halamabad and Levante. 2 of the star players from the qualifiers who are really doing the lion's share of the work for the squad.
Come on.
Looking really, really good. See if that duo can get much more done in this game. No Slack still hovering around on that southwest side. The Tulins has been
M249 इसमें बहुत overpower
for a long, long time. You wonder how many more kits he's got left remaining in. We saw something very similar to that over in the qualifiers.
No way.
Nitro from Starry Skies will find the Molotov down on him. It's a very aggressive position to go for, but they've lost their frontliner now.
You know, IXC is down now. The rest of the help is going to come in here. Using nades on trying to defend themselves instead of getting the points here. They're probably going to get the rest off this. Goes for the flush of the nade. Now a drive-by from Scav.
Adusi ने यहाँ पे take down किया है
No Slack.
Stratos को.
Big games from IXC yesterday. One of them 7 kills. This team is really coming through, coming to fruition. Really loving what I'm seeing from them. And they're holding on to this 4th place right now. 12 points ahead of PGG that died out. They might be able to try to catch up to Twisted Minds as down to just 1 player.
प्यारा सा नेट डालो फटे फट गया
So you
फटेगा, yeah, 2 down. Please आराम से.
Explosion on the vehicle. Now just leaving one player in the back line. As
नहीं 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 नहीं.
SAUL do push on forward.
ये नेट से फटेगा.
On the edge
Oh,
of
no.
this rock. It's a nice
ये फटेगा.
nade, but not the airburst
Yo.
you're looking for. But his second one sent to the side. Really well predicted there.
ऊपर जाओ, vitality आ रही है, ऊपर जाओ.
SAUL in a decent position on this northeast edge to keep clearing. They have a general idea of where SN's playing. They know they're off towards their west
Vitality
side.
आ रही है
Keeping eyes
ऊपर.
on it, but clearing out over towards this position does
Let's
give
go,
them
man.
way more
Rocket.
freedom to play. VP, although might be a slightly
VP eliminated.
rough of the beast, still strong. Will take down Mogor and Schengen, but not before Dante's able to finish
That's
the
not a
job.
smoke. That's not a smoke, Rocks. That's a nade. And now the Sharks in the water is coming for that. That's 3 knocks, easy points to be stolen, both from Bushido, Wildcats, and No Slack, and Ascend. So, look at that. It's the Hammerheads, all the types of Sharks. The Great Whites, though, are in the distance. So, looking really great on that top. They are really trying to make sure that the rest of the teams don't get into a good spot for this one here. No Slack now has to get out, has to get in. I think he's trying to get some of the maybe util off it, but I'm not sure. Has to run for it. Sata with the 3 vests. Now try to eliminate Na'Vi, but look down to the right. Look at the shots coming in. The push coming in from Fairest here. M249 gets taken down with Og, though, from Fairest. Headshot for him. Now Scav's going to have to try to save and help him.
Yeah, Sata just turned his back, and you cannot do that in that situation. It's not a bad nade.
That was good
it was
nade.
actually an insanely good nade. Nice bounce on it as well. And still more and more shots going through, putting Na'Vi in a difficult position now. So the rest of Nuzlocke come in to try and reinforce this area, get Sata back up again. As a 4, this game is a lot easier. The whole point of this circle is that it has forced a lot of teams into situations.
Vitality SATL के साथ fight लेने जा रही है, guys.
Nuzlocke knows that if they want a big chance
They
of
are
actually
very
getting
near.
this game, they're going to need 4 players. They're going to need all the sight lines they can get when it gets up towards this high ground.
Blind gets another Eastern shift here. Imagine if Vitality was 4 alive. That would have been a great game for them, but SAUL looking like they are so strong. King of the Hill right now on that northern side. Ascent's eventually going to have to fight Bushido, Wildcats, and then No Slack's going to have to fight Na'Vi. Still, Petulins, having lost 3 members, has fought his way in and survived into the placement games.
Twisted Minds
He has
out यहाँ पे
one
मेरे
first
ख्याल
aid
से.
left. Now he has to make a run for it
ये
and
एक दो
try to
player
get
ले
in
जाएगा.
behind the guys from No Slack. And look at that.
Ooh.
I think in that tactical pack, he might have had some. He might have had some more.
He's out of first
help
aids.
to get his way from that. You can store all kinds of crazy things in that. And look at that. He actually gets in. Just one bandage left. Look at that. That's even.
Allah.
Oh, there's points to be had here. There is no way he gets one. Oh, that's a really tough loss here for No Slack. They did not
got
expect
one,
the snake
bro.
here.
Yeah, that's a game ruiner. That's absolutely a game
पूरा
ruiner.
game गया
for you.
उनका.
Fact he gets in,
Bushido,
they don't spot him.
Wildcats.
I think he was surprised he was able just to rock
Versus
up into the circle,
SATL
but No
versus
Slack,
Vitality.
they get
Bushido
torn
Wildcats
apart
हमारे तरफ
because
आगे
of
बढ़ चुका है, by the way.
Petulins coming in from the edge of the blue. What a shame. What a big shame.
That's rough.
Oh,
now
no.
I said UL is taking the control on the top here.
Nahin,
Now fights
Molotov.
could be happening. Crossberg finds Molotov. That's a big name to take
Not
down.
a good spot, bro.
Filfer is gone down as well. Crossberg continues. One of Turkey's
Are
finest here. Great to see here with the SKS as well. No Stack is out
I
of
don't
6th
know.
place. SAUL here, a little bit of falling apart here, but Adusi finds Crossberg. It's the confirmation 2 on him. And now the rest is going to have to come through.
Molotov का sacrifice है. Aduzi का
Short
sorry.
on that one.
Celtic.
Aduzi नहीं बच सकता
Wildcats,
था.
though, still finding a little bit more. Celtic will find a doozy up top side. And right now, Soul's in a bad position. You said it before, but yeah, SAUL actually struggling with 2 knocks on side. 1 player on barely any HP. A doozy will fall, meaning that team's down to 3 now. Ascend, though, has slowly.
ठीक है, Aduzi is the only loss I guess
towards this
we'll.
top side, and they're getting a lot done off the back of it.
That's looking good. Good nade as well. Gonna bounce. Great Celtic down to the
Okay,
last
Bushido
player.
Wildcats
Kenyakai
is
and the
out.
boys
Top 4 आ
is
चुके हम
getting
लोग.
so much
But
damage
we
done.
are
Top
only
4
2
for
man
them.
right now.
And
One more knock
5
हमारा.
kills. All 4 guys
हम zone के
standing
बाहर है
strong
बे.
here as the only team. And it's 2v2. We won versus Ascend here. I don't think they're going to save Molotov. I think he's going to bleed out. And look at that. Ascend has the majority of the zone control and the terrain advantage here. Looking good for them, Blank.
Yeah, I think for Ascend, this is their game to take, right? They have a lot to work with. SAUL has had to patch themselves back together with Glue and Paint on the northern side, so they'll be coming in a little bit late to this one, and Ascend has a lot of time to take pot shots over towards them. Fairest doesn't really want to move too much. Vitality doesn't want to get involved. Molotov is flush there, leaving SAUL on 2 players. Ascend has a really good chance to end this game, and it could have easily been an Ascend versus No Slack 4v4 in the end here if it wasn't for Batulans.
Yeah, No Slack looked really strong. 8 kills for them. And then the team that they're trying to chase down, he came in and he denied. Their tactical pack play from Batulans. I wonder how much he have tried to heal high to survive and how much blue zone backpacks damage he has mitigated from that. Now Vitality in the chase here. Look how tight it is from Navi 32 up to Vitality 35, 36 on the send. Now shots coming in. Levante finds Phil first. They did not expect them here on this angle, that's for sure. And now it's a 4v2v1.
Yeah, SAUL gets torn to shreds on the east
side. We came fourth
by
with 5 points.
Looking for 3rd place. Now, I talked about at the beginning of this game, the Team Vitality not really seen too much out of them. But I would be very pleased to see 9th position off the back of this game for Team Vitality. Levante and Hello My Bad. I think this is probably the duo to do it. Very, very deadly indeed. Only Fairest down the hill. Really, Hello My Bad just to hold off whilst Levante maybe looks around for this last player. But Ascend not playing this really cautiously. They control the majority of the zone in terms of where there is cover to play around with. They might start pushing up a little bit now, but again, they just have these ridge sides. They could just peek over the top of them. There's not much to be done.
Fairest has nothing. No bandages, no first aids, no utility, no stims. He has 10 reload for his AUG. If he gets 1 more point out of this game, that's a miracle.
It's raw.
It's a rough one here. But 5 kills on a 3rd place is still points for Navi. Not the expectations to be met so far, though. But let's see how this turns out here. Terrain advantage still on the side of Ascend. Navi trying to survive for as long as possible. And Vitality obviously trying to not be snaked and not to be struck upon from all the utility that's still in the bags of Ascend. They have played this masterfully. It's a chaotic circle, and they managed to survive as a full 4-man with kills, with engagements. Well, it's a hard one to fight for.
For Ascend, they don't.
Guys, मैं थोड़ा सा preparation कर रहा हूँ. मेरा एक कल shoot है important
make that 9 at the end of the game. They can pick up everything else off the back of this
बाकी
one.
chat के साथ interact कर लूँगा. BW वाले fight में overcommit हो गया. हाँ, थोड़ा उनको wipe करने के चक्कर में overcommit हो गया.
It is a slow match. I think no one really wants to give up the ghost here. I think Ascend, this game means a lot to Ascend, but I am curious as to why. You know, I know why. This is a game they can wait until Zone 9, right?
Sure.
It's the technical correct play. You know, if maybe this Virtus Pro, they'd be sweeping at this point in time. But there is no downside to waiting until Zone 9 for them.
I mean, they have terrain to play and work with, and the question is really, they are probably fully aware of how many is left on each team, right? They know that Ascend have not lost one. They know there's probably a Navi player still alive, obviously knowing them that they're 2. So they know there's a snake out there. They don't know where he is. A kill on him would be 2 points for Vitality.
Navi chicken निकाला तो मैं t-shirt उतार
really close to 7th place. So that's obviously huge here, but the big one is, can they try to hurt and strike on Ascend at the right time? Because both Fairest and Vitality knows that if they strike at Ascend at the same time, they have a shot. They have a chance at taking them down to compete for the King of the Hill.
Navi ने अगर chicken निकाला तो मैं
Fairest is not very useful
50 gifted membership करूँगा channel पर.
I mean, sure, not. He has 1 mag in the AUG, right? That's 1 AUG.
He's brought nothing to the cookout We're never inviting this guy back ever again. Sferis is happy just to sit underneath. He's not flipping the burgers. I've expelled him from the party. Nate's getting sent over the top right now from towards Ascend.
Not bad.
सोचो लेवांटे का ये नेट से दोनों.
A little tickle.
सोचो इन लोग के अगले नेट से गए.
That's me,
42.
T-Bone.
They have lots of utility still to expend here, and T-Bone's getting hammered. 26 more damage taken from nades here. Hello, my bad with the 5 in the bag, and now look at that. If that's accurate, could blow away. That's a great nade as well. Does damage 52, 35. Now the utility is coming through here. 40 as well to Levante. Blue zones as well. Molotovs being committed. And this is the time. Stun grenades too. They're so blind. Another blue zone. They're going to be absolutely demolished here. And Ascend is going to take this one home. Can Ferris survive for a little bit longer? Stun grenade goes out towards Ferris' side. They need to take him down. Ferris goes down. That's low, my man. That's important.
Ascend
and now Ascend takes this win easily with the 7 kills to come along with it.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, right? Where it's not quite as interesting as our last game. Let's put it that way. It's a fairly boiled chicken ending. Not a huge fan of that one, Avenger. But either way, Ascend gets the job done, and they do get much needed points.
Yeah, that's the big one for them, obviously. For me, this one was calculated moves to put themselves in a position in a difficult circle. But I really liked that Vitality put themselves in a situation where they're thinking. You see, all the utilities commit. They know probably around where Ferris were with the couple of rocks that was left inside, right? So the play was to, okay, let's see if we can get a few
overall standing में हम लोग मेरे ख्याल से 8-9 थोड़ा drop down हो
and
गए
then hope
रहेंगे.
that Ferris
है ना
strikes
guys?
against Ascend too.
8-9
So they're
position.
kind of saying, okay, Ferris, if you want to survive and
Muskan, good night.
fine, but we know where you
Bye-bye.
are. So if we're going down, we're going to commit the rest of our forces towards you. And Hello, my bad got them down, and they got their second place. And the extra 2 points from killing Ferris and getting the placement point.
Yeah, it's such a shame the Colaris about no slack. I mean, Batulins though. That's such an annoying play.
No, of course. Yeah, tough stuff for no slack on that west side. I mean, the way they dislodged balls was very important to get themselves more points on the board than the previous couple of games. But I mean, you're our sports ball aficionado. I think for Ascend, you'd say that's one love against the Vitality there at the end, no?
If I was the umpy, is that what they call him? The umpy?
The umpy?
the referee and the
Eight
umpire.
तो हम लोग okay. Guys, अभी हमारे और last match अब नहीं और 2 मैच बचे हैं ना अभी तो.
You guys are even from the UK. The Wimbledon is held there.
नहीं.
The Wimbledon.
अभी 9th मैच होगा फिर 10th होगा. Correct. 2 मैच.
I'd be upset.
How much time gap to start next match? 15 मिनट से ज़्यादा नहीं है. 10 मिनट.
I still give them the one love. I wouldn't be happy about it.
Great. Well, 17 loves for Ascend here for number 1, as Team Vitality is in very much needed points with the 13 going their way, and likewise for Na'Vi, 10 is important too. The thing is, though, after all said and done here, S8UL started in what, like 15th place, and they've jumped up to 44 points. That's very big. I thought that a successful day for them, but Avenger was going to be like, because of the caliber of the players on that team, I thought, okay, maybe they can get 5th or 6th, and so far they're there.
Yeah, they're there. And
We got
7 points up to PGG.
Oh,
But it's a tall mountain to climb once we
6th
talk about the top 4. No slack
Hashtag
again.
6.
10 points only from Twisted Minds, and look at that
Crazy.
Boostic and Levante.
Top 2 I won't say मुश्किल है. I would. हाँ मतलब it's more like it is possible.
Yeah, he just looks very pleased about it. Just, quietly content. He's 5. I'll take that. Not much for Beamy in the ways there for this one. Not
bazookas.
much. Oh, he loves a good old bazooka. He does. R.I.P. to my grandma or whatever that song goes. But anyway, yes, Boostic. That is a real song. Anyway, 700 damage coming in from Boostic. Always fantastic to watch. I mean, that triple spray he got Avenger in the early formative moments of this game was just a shocker.
I mean, that's the reason why he's on Na'Vi. That's exactly how we expected him to play eventually, right? But that's not what Twisted Minds expected from their position. How they kind of drove into this. A real shocker, but also driving into each other, slowing each other down enough that this angle of approach for Boostic just
Who
absolutely
is better,
destroyed
Vinny or
them, right?
Doku?
And the 300 damage already at that
I
point.
feel
They're just
Vinny.
insane.
I guess.
But
मेरे हिसाब से
Tulin's here
Vinny better
now.
है.
Obviously,
What do you
we're
think,
talking
chat?
about the survival from him. I'm really curious to see how much yields and how much backpacks he were expending through this. An interesting team focus. Just a little bit more, and he would have been in Fair's position, right? That's the interesting one.
I will say though, again, the profits of production, right? They got Nemesis correct, they got Virtus Pro correct, and it's not that bad a gamble to go for Twisted Minds on Rondo. I'm gonna be real. So production knows what they're doing.
They do. I mean, to be honest with you, well, maybe this is what they were pondering their orb over. Is that little moment there? They knew Twisted Mind would have a big effect, but they didn't know if chicken dinner or just ruining another team's chances. What do you think about that?
Palantir. Seeing what's going to be going on. All right, well, let's check in with the team comms as well from our Rondo game, as I mean, that circle really kind of threw a spanner in the works. So let's see what the team's had to make of it.
Камень ожидай.
Jana.
Его въебите с камнем слева под синкой. Выбил.
Insta, with that 2v1, guys, 2v1.
How do we win this?
How do we win this?
Two men on orange.
भाई how do we win this बोल के जीत गया
You're
bro.
fucking useless, no? Come with car to blue mark.
I can play full edge.
Надо готовиться стакать хае на зеленую. Можно ролить Леву, у нас 8 хаешек, даже больше.
Мне кажется, ты на Леву должен проходить сам.
I got one net, yeah.
Be ready to nade when the circle's closing in to get
If they fight, by the way, we need to take this switch, by the way, otherwise we lose.
Справа под на хитруке. Я грею хае ему. Он лево отбежал.
Надо Нави убить, надо Нави убить.
I'm flashing once.
Use your blue zones.
Зашка долбит.
Парни, надо найти.
Да, го на Нави выпад, го на Нави выпад, го на Нави выпад. Я горю.
भाई ये लोग कितना
Все, умирай. Можешь от синки.
भाई यार
We have smoke.
हम लोग जीतते तो चीख डालते बस.
Polish it on the left.
आप नीचे क्या लिख रहे हो भाई? वो कुछ वीडियो मेरा इसका प्रिपरेशन
Knock one left. Last is left. In last left.
Nice, let's fucking go.
ओ अच्छा चिल्ला.
And that is a set getting themselves a very important win to keep themselves alive as they try and progress on through here, Blank.
Yeah, Ferris just didn't want to turn up, did he? In that last moment, you know, didn't want to help Team Vitality out whatsoever. To be honest with you, Team Vitality, they had a good showing, but it was not meant to be as they lost to Ascent.
Tough one. All right, well, tough circle, tough game in general for a lot of these teams. I completely understand why they had a bit of a toughie. All right, we are going to a break, and when we return, we have 2 more games remaining here for day number 2 of our finals for PEC number 1. We'll see you in a few.
With one, guys.
गेम नंबर 5 मिनट में चालू हो रहा है गाइस.
The left. That might close.
The rock is dead. 50.
15 per hour.
Nice.
Upstairs, I think.
Bottom left.
चैट से भी तो इंटैक्ट करो. कहाँ बिजी हो? मैं थोड़ा काम कर रहा था भाई. अब मैं आ गया. कर रहा हूँ बीच में बात.
On me. Open. Pushing. Okay. Yellow. Oh my god, boys. Inside.
He's inside spectrum.
ये उसका नाम कैसा आवाज कैसा था मन में?
On me.
ओके वो है ना वो एक
Rising, reset.
ओके वो मीम है ना वो
So green.
उसके जैसा आवाज है बे.
Full right again. Nice, good.
मॉडल काम वाला गेम प्ले. हाँ भाई
orange.
काम बंद नहीं होना चाहिए भाई.
I'm not scoring the panzer. Get the cars in.
GG.
One man.
Yeah, I can just come to me.
It's gonna be really
Flash
quick,
one on hay
guys.
bales.
Good shot.
Nice.
Good job.
Knock
आ जाएंगे गाइस अनाउंसमेंट.
Nice, bro.
टाइम दो थोड़ा.
PDM. Dropping your 7s here, bro. No.
मैं तो कुछ कमिट नहीं कर रहा भाई. गांड खोल देते
Nice, good job. I'm taking now.
Okay, can you do it? I'm holding.
मैं कमिट इसलिए नहीं कर रहा क्योंकि
Чтоб хрень не дали, дайте смог какой-то.
थोड़ा
Я дал смог.
अभी मेरे को भी नहीं
ВП
पता
не могут?
बट बहुत तेजी से काम चल रहा है इतना पता है मुझे
Knock one on the road.
We need to make it orange table and kill right team.
Running pull open. Answer guy.
Ace set. Track in green.
Army full bush shield.
Бил нашим сальника. ВП нок.
ВП, еще ног.
Ласт. Ши нахуй. Играйте, похуй играйте.
Пробегайте со мной один.
Давай.
Вайп, я право забираю.
Вой,
4-2.
हमारी टीम की याद आ गई इन लोग आवाज सुन के
Пытаемся фармить их.
कब है फैन मीटअप बूट कैम्प में पता नहीं अभी सब आएगा सब कुछ इंस्टाग्राम के थ्रू पता चल जाएगा आपको
Зубчиком.
Да.
Без КП, зубчик. Не спешите, просто доиграйте.
Я прижимаю лево, нормально. Нету.
Я где фикшу?
Пожмите позицию, без ноков, пацаны, доиграем. Один в тени.
निहाल का कंफर्मेशन नहीं आया है मतलब ऐसा कुछ की डब्ल्यूसी के लिए क्वालिफाइड है कि नहीं मतलब मेरे को भी चेक करना पड़ेगा वो चीज अभी चैट में कुछ लोग बोल रहे हैं कि हो गया है
Reset Argus, nice. Coming to Argus.
Come on, you.
1-2 on me. I'm dropping on Argus.
Go back to V-side to hold it. V-side getting crashed, we lost.
Commit to side, there's only one
Yeah, but we have to try and chasing in between, guys. Two guys in the open, one running in the open, yellow.
Knock one open with yellow.
Nice, baby.
One up. Behind you.
Behind you, Habibi. One HP in the buggy.
You forget flashes though. I'm coming. Where is it? He put up a yellow.
On this side.
Wizard. One more wizard.
Green side.
टीसीटी पॉइंट्स के थ्रू 95% क्वालिफाइड है देखते हैं जो भी है गाइस 1.5 मिनट में चालू हो रहा है अप्रैल एंडिंग तक सारे अनाउंसमेंट करने का रूल है क्या AWC का
All three downstairs.
नॉट प्रिसाइसली बट प्रिसाइसली जो बात है वो अभी बता नहीं सकता मैं ऑब्वियसली बाद में बताऊंगा भाई तू आजकल उदास सा लगता है ख्याल रखना अपना भाई मैं 10:30 बजे सो जाता हूँ भाई शादी के बाद से मैं 10:30 बजे सो जाता हूँ रेगुलर बट अभी थोड़ा रात का स्ट्रीम चालू किया है 9 बजे से 1 बजे तक वाला स्लॉट तो थोड़ा टायर्ड लगूंगा मैं कुछ दिनों तक बट एक बार हैबिट हो गया तब मजा आएगा आया मैं यार 2 मिनट में
And they'd be the ones to bring it, keeping the peace on their terms. I walked away from it all, kept my hands in dirt instead of blood. But desire is a fickle mistress. The city won't let me go. It won't forget my name. I asked for nothing, and they still came and took everything. The mayors and anyone that stands in my way. Every last one of them. They're gonna learn something real simple. You reap what you sow.
Bam, अगला मैच चालू लेट्स गो निहाल कैन क्वालिफाई फॉर AWC यस ही कैन
Hey there, the tab is on your screen, the coach of the Twisted Minds team, and today I'll show you a feature which related to the drive-by in TPP mode, so it's possibility to use only in TPP because there is a transition between two POVs, FPP and TPP. For example, your enemy is here and you're using drive-by at this seat, and in TPP you're trying to aim him, and by the ADS it's impossible because you cannot down your camera. But after you use the FPP mode,
Whoa!
transit it, and you can kill this guy.
Insane information.
It works even in ADS. You see, after using my button, transition to the TPP, my scope gonna up. So for the
Emulator नहीं है भाई, PUBG PC है ये.
It works another way. While doing TPP, you can.
Who from SATL finds team for EWC or global? भाई, first of all the news is spread out in the management. Obviously बात है कि we are looking for someone, and then उसके बाद मैं हूँ, जयेश भाई हैं, थग है, गोल्डी भाई है, हम लोग primarily मेरे ख्याल से और मर्सी है, हम लोग सब लोग ऐसे ही देखते रहते, थोड़ा स्काउटिंग वाउटिंग करते रहते हैं ट्विटर के थ्रू.
The tab, as always. What a game for Twisted Minds. Some of the minds behind it, never mind Batolians. But 2 more games remain for today. Some of our big dogs at the start of the day were able to take some huge wins, and Ascend manages to wrangle Rondo, getting themselves a win under their belt. Trying to move up into that middle pack, and they got themselves to 7th place, which is very important for them.
Guys, हम लोग छठे नंबर पे हैं इस वक्त.
Is all still quite close.
My only problem is that I think Misfit should have had one more point. I don't know how they should get it, but it would be perfect. 10 points in between.
Don't mind me missing names.
Great. But yeah, it's looking good. It's looking like it's a little bit of a 2-horse race at the moment, but yeah, the catch-up could happen here. I still want to see one big Twisted Minds game. That's really where it's coming through, I think.
Still no win, right? Still no win.
Yeah.
Which one's the dark horse?
Virtus Pro 3 in 8 games, and no win for Twisted Minds. And we are, we're not halfway exactly, but you know, once we've played a little bit of the next game here, then well, we are more than halfway actually. I should say we're playing. It's 8 games now we've played, right? So halfway through, and not a single Twisted Minds, but it's kind of surprising.
Go on, say it again, Blank.
Which one's the dark horse?
Like, after I've been talking about Twisted Minds, I'm like, there's no way when I giving them the moniker. That's insane. Like,
no, not out of the 2 of them, but just in the tournament in general.
Start हो गया बस.
Right. Well, at the moment it's the myth of.
They're
The rainbow horse.
We can do it, right? Yep, we can do it.
Well,
okay.
Anyway, let's take a look at these 2 players. Of course, as once again we compare more people to Example because he's basically the GOAT, but bgmi is able to surpass some of those numbers. Going on to Tego here, though, in just a few moments' time. And I think, Avenger, it's about bloody time we get that Twisted Minds win
Match start,
on the
let's
way.
go.
So let's do it. It's time to Tego. It's Avenger and Blank. Cast in the bloody game.
Oh, ये मैप है. ये कौन सा मैप है? इसका नाम भूल गया मैं.
It's a really good day
to
be here on Tego.
क्या नाम था इस मैप का?
He needs to stop being normal because I will transition as if I'm still up in.
Chat ये मैप का नाम बताओ. T से चालू होता है ना कुछ?
We're not. We're here on Tego. Very different area of the world, I would say. But when will Twisted Mind get that big win? Will Batolians once again ruin another team's chances? Wait and find out here at the PEC. We're
अबे टोक्यो नहीं बोला मैं. Tego हाँ.
Like you said, Avenger.
ये Tego है ना ये मैप पे. Rondo थोड़ी ना है.
We're past the halfway point now. It's time to get a move on. It's time to start bumping up those numbers. For Team Vitality, time is running out. Similarly for Na'Vi.
Hey, Tokyo मैंने नहीं बोला.
Middle packet, it's cramped.
साले आशीष.
In there, right? It's like a London underground tube. Not much space to work around with.
Oh, I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that. You know, some blunt weapons are in there. Maybe pull up some pants and go crazy with that.
That's not my usual trans.
I don't know UK stuff. You guys are different over there.
Northwest.
Yeah, for this circle and for how everything is kind of lining up already, Blank. Oh my goodness! If this is not an S8 circle, I don't know what is. These guys are looking feisty for this one here. Hive also looking poised. High Prior for them. This is already full sending it to try to get up to army base anywhere. Prior up there. Vitality now here. Levanta taking lots of shots from AK. He's got nothing else but an AK, 9 shots and a dream.
This army base जा रही direct.
And a dream a lot of teams will have to have here is e-pickup. Will they find one? Will they not?
Recall system है ना भाई.
Heading all the way up towards the north side. I think this is the second time you've seen this type of circle. Very unfun. As we head over towards
Unfun? These are the greatest to watch, the worst to play.
Exactly. It's odd fun for the players, fun for us. SAUL, though, starting in a wall song, so we'll see what they can get done from that position. Honestly, I've been quite happy with SAUL today because I think that the question has been answered that yesterday was just a string of pretty horrible circles to be working with. But today, I think they've been a little bit more luckier with those circles, and I think that they have been able to translate that into some decent games.
Yeah, some would say there was question marks around this team today when we started, but no more. They did end up going absolutely ballistic in one of the games, and that's good to see. Obviously, for me, I'm looking at it saying, okay, guys, so we know that you guys can play, but you need to be able to step up, and you should be contesting for this top 4. But right now, they are in the hunt. They're trying to get into this 5th, even potentially this 4th place here. They need 2 more big games today if they or to be anywhere close to PGD. Also, PGD are the team that's kind of behind them. They've already set up an E-pickup, even though they're already on the northern side of this island here, blank, which is a little bit interesting. So let's see where they end up going. Seoul getting multiple cars here, both the truck and the US is to try to get in and get some space here. Hive already set up dead center. VP already going close to army base here, where this is already set up. We could see an early fight if VP end up losing players.
We are moving in
early
guys.
on here again.
Oh my god, PGG with the emergency. SATL के बगल से जा रहे हैं लोग उड़ के.
The Tego game when it came
they might have spotted
the Hive
them.
bridge camp failed. Bridge camp even.
ये लोग यहाँ पे ही कूदेंगे मेरे को लग रहा है right compound.
Alex so high in the sky.
Oh, ये compound जा रहे हैं यार. Oh, SATL को देख लिया उन्होंने.
In behind him, I think he does have Zabilla underneath.
अरे और एक
emergency. Another E-pickup coming through for.
इतना मैं Clash Royale खेल लेता हूँ. अबे यार मेरे को जला मत भाई. मैं एक तो Merge Tactics खेल के ना अपना समय बिता देता हूँ.
All heading on over. I love that noise.
Someone in chat said आप किसको support कर रहे हो?
Surely goes for some cars on the northwest side, maybe hoping that the Wall Song team.
भाई मैं TMO को support कर रहा हूँ.
Because here, you really need vehicles to traverse this terrain here. There is so much trees, so much cover to play. But
are you alive? What the fuck?
If the circle goes against you, you're gonna have to go multiple kilometers, and that's the different one because there's so many teams hiding in the compounds, in the cover, especially behind. Some of the trees, some of the rocks, as you can see here below him. If you had a pickaxe, you would be loving life because all the iron ore and copper ore, you'd be able to get in and craft some other weapons. But this is not the kind of game we're playing here. It's for the cover.
अमन की याद आ गई मेरे को खुद ऐसे गाते हुए देख खुद को.
No swords available for them here. Can't craft yourself a level 3 vest either. That's not happening. All right. It would
Imagine
be nice.
that's the kind of arcade I want to see in the future, by the way.
Oh,
you know, with
diamond vest.
No, yeah, I mean more like crafting stuff, maybe destroying the
terrain.
Recall
है guys, but इसमें
the pickaxe in
PUBG PC में क्या मतलब खुद के पैसे लगाई हुई टीम खेल रही.
More survival, open world survival on PUBG. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean that arcade mode.
Did Nihal qualify from 10?
Oh!
What?
Arton.
That's a cheeky little run out there. Goes down to 6 HP. Going to try and finish things off with a nice underhand out the window. Doesn't quite happen. Very quick gameplay right now from R2 though. Paige finding look what a mortar. Onto himself.
A red zone.
VP के लग गए. VP के लगे नहीं हैं.
Yeah, the red zone on top of this. Oh my god, bgmi finds Stratos. It's falling apart for this, even though they got the great opening. Look at this, Habibi. Can he make something work here? Oh, blue zone. This is going to be great for them. They're just going to have to get out and maybe try to help some of the other guys get him into a better spot here. Nixie holds the front edge, goes for the rest immediately here. It's actually going to work out. They're going to get the rest off. Habibi trying to get the most out of it, but VP really looking and poised for this win here.
I mean, it's been a tough fight. Red zone coming in clutch though towards the end. Nice pick up on the sidelines. Go towards Habibi. Nixie is taking no prisoners though.
4 points for VP over here.
Jump out. Yeah, the red zone absolutely was the MVP of that fight for Virtus Pro. It's such an unfortunate location for it to land.
Yeah, so close to the building is super rare. Boss has seen this, but they're safe inside. think VP is actually going to recover. The only thing is that they now have broken vests, used utility, and some of them are on second or third knocks. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But still, that works out. They're all 4 strong here. And now with the circle closing in, we're looking at Na'Vi and seeing how they're going to be getting into this. They're driving south of the palace side here. And for the rest of it, it really means that hopefully they're going to be able to get all together here.
Among Us video देख रहा था, मजा आ गया, दिल खुश हो गया. क्या बात है.
I don't think it's worth fighting. This zone you have to get in deep.
नहीं फटा, वो मोटार use
some of the terrain that's in the cover, because this one has just a few compounds on the northern side. Hive is locking down multiple of them. Otherwise, it's just open space and open terrain fights.
Most teams have found like a little space to play. But no, it's like they're actually attempting to get in past Shipyard Bridge, but TMO actually held them out there. So no Slack opted just to slow it down. I think they realize they're going to be in really late on this one. So getting in slightly later is not the
recall क्यों यूज नहीं किया भाई, वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ, इसमें वो वाला तरीके से नहीं खेलते हैं.
Yeah, I think they're happy.
ये एक जन को भेज दिया रिकॉल पे और 4-3 लोग फाइट ले रहे हैं, वैसे खेलते ही नहीं ये लोग. इन लोग का अलग है.
Already moving.
इन लोग का सिस्टम ही अलग है.
Will be one of the last to get out of the blue, and they're going to use a E pickup to get in.
Do you watch podcasts? No, bro, I don't watch podcasts at all.
Pick up here, Blank.
पता नहीं.
That might work out.
मुझे ज्ञान पेलने में मजा आता है.
When the second circle pops, if it's not too far away from the plane path of the E pickup, it might work out. But still, I really feel like you need vehicles in this kind of zone here. Unless you end up dropping on this straight spot we're going to be ending up. It's great. Some high ground and some stuff, but still, this is a difficult circle to approach, especially with that road going up from Godok, where the strong compounds, where Hive is kind of locking down already. If it's either side of that road and you don't have a vehicle to traverse across, then it's difficult. It's really difficult. So let's see how it goes. Maybe they were looting for that long to get another E pickup, and they're just E pick-upping into an E pickup.
Yeah, well, I think most of the rotations that have happened in this game are for E pickups. And you're wondering how many vehicles are left remaining on this north side of the map, because that's what a lot of teams were banking on, is having some cars available after they do hit the ground. Hive does drop down a little bit further down towards the south side. I always find the compounds around this area a little bit awkward to play, where you've got the high ground surrounding you. It's not always the most ideal position to be picking up knowledge and intel from.
Chip चाहिए हम लोग को.
Sorry Skies are going to E-pick up now. How many are on the map for these teams?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's the big one. Next circle popping here with the eastern circle going this way.
Ouch, man, that hurts.
The very big high top and hill where TMO is getting close to is actually super strong. And if Virtus Pro locks that down and gets the compound and we end up close to it, that's actually a brilliant E pickup. Let's see where Starry Sky goes, and let's see where the rest of the teams that end up. But the amount of pressure that's coming in from this western side, look at how many teams moving.
It's an incredible migration from a lot of squads right now. Team Nemesis also on the way. A little bit more of a quiet last couple of matches so far for Team Nemesis. Now looking to turn up the heat a little bit here and regain their top spot. That high ground alongside all the rocks and the outcrops in that area going to be a
कल के मैचेस ज्यादा खराब नहीं हुए होते तो आज चांसेस मस्त थे टॉप 2 के. True man.
The glider, which is a very nice thing to have, I would say, in a circle like this. Getting the aerial view of where teams might be playing when it's so obscured by all these trees is very useful.
It's both dangerous and useful here. If he gets shot down, they're going to lose a player, but he could also just dive down and get maybe to some of the high ground, but he continues his UAV action here coming in. Now Hive finds PGG, Sibylla gets found. Danta could find another one here. More shots come in. Rox finds another one. Vitality for the third party though in the distance.
Rox
Jacket. Sibylla gets flushed too. And Hive is on the winning end of this one here. And PGG gets stopped just a little bit. Everyone chasing this 5th place team, and there's just immediate action for everyone.
गाइस मुझे लग नहीं रहा है मैं लास्ट मैच खेल देख पाऊंगा. बहुत तेज नींद आ रही है मुझे.
Especially as you start to sort of circle the high ground. It's in the middle.
PGG has been eliminated. Number 6 5 rank की team eliminate हो चुकी है.
A little bit earlier, if you remember, versus Virtus Pro. It's a
Virtus Pro and SATL are very close to each other.
High ground. Virtus Pro though, this team is very locked in towards the central arena. But on that northern side, S8UL off in the distance. And it is a lot of this tree line that just makes this area of the map so interesting to play, where you really are just trying to thread the needle and get as much information as possible. But sometimes it can be quite difficult, which is where like Virtus Pro's high ground actually comes in very useful, right? Because they get to look down upon players.
Now we have Justice jumping out here, done with the UAV, and he gets and has gotten all the information already.
साला 4 airdrops साथ में आया
for them here. So the question is really, do
double
we end up
twin
on this northern side?
नहीं 4 में कितने आए हैं?
There's some very obvious kind of playing lines with how the riches and how everything kind of works, and if you know exactly how to approach that,
6 drops
how to
आए
kind
हैं.
of play around that, you can have an absolutely great game.
right.
Drops coming in.
Mini drops भी आते. P90 है.
That's a spicy one.
Yeah, you want that. You want that right now. And to be honest, for the mid-4, this is a super easy pick.
अगर ये मैच में top 3 आए तो देखूंगा अगला मैच.
Grab yourself P9C level 3s. It's going to really put you ahead. And those boxes
पैराशूट से इसमें मरना बड़ी बात नहीं है भाई. मतलब बहुत नॉर्मल है.
Starting to move. They're a little
आशीष भाई
on over. See
बहुत
what they can
नॉर्मल
garner
बात
from
है.
that
अरे
location.
माँ
Circle does move
क्या
down towards the south
हम
though.
लोग को
And
चुन
Na'Vi
के ये
really
जोन बनता
benefits
है
off the
बे.
back of this.
Yeah, that's a huge southern shift. Look how much teams is on the from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock and outside the circle that's going to have to make moves. Navi is laughing. This is their chance, blank. This is their turn to make sure that they get points and kind of push themselves up to that top 5, top 6 positions here. Bushido Wildcats trying to thread the needle, but they're going to get shot and maybe shot down as well. Nixie finds Micah. And look at that. CP pushing over towards these northeastern sides. Trying to get around. Schengen finds Crossberg.
Yeah, for the mid-4, it's sort of interesting. The Miko was down there on that northern side in the first place. I guess he was trying to inspect
Hey,
the
Agra
loot crates
Trivedi coming up with 2 pound, watching One Piece anime inspired by you. Amazing. Which episode are you on?
Possibility for them to just move down towards the south. It just felt a little bit strange to me. He gets caught out there. That's probably absolutely
Which episode are you watching?
They know they've weakened the position on their
Normal
southern edge. They can maybe push through that later.
It's fine. वरना आशीष भाई बोलेंगे सुपर चैट के लिए कर रहा है.
Getting lots of damage taken here, and now Bushido Wildcats are going to pounce onto this one here. They're going to send it towards the confirmation, and yeah, that's going to be martial out. They're spread out too thin here, balls. They cannot defend this position already with them being in a basically a 1-1-1 one-way split. Difficult for them. And now 1 point for Bushido Wildcats, trying to push themselves up. Right now 12th place, but they're in this big mid-pack where a great game pushes you into 6th place. So is that fine for Tulins? No level 3 gear or 3 helmet for him. And he's knocked out. Now Diffix tries to find more of Twisted Minds. And Twisted Minds has just been straight up unlucky today, but still finding a little bit of points, a little bit of placements, some kills.
लेट के देख रहा हूँ यार, रिलैक्स कर रहा हूँ आप लोगों के साथ.
Today though.
Yeah, find themselves in awkward spots. I mean, they're getting absolutely sprayed down.
I am on Sky Island, so I think episode 150-ish. Skypia. Amazing. It is one of my favorite arcs.
Not a fun team to be running into.
Oh shit, Aduzi.
Trying to rotate inwards. So says the type of guy alongside with Diffix
Aduzi has been taken down, guys.
As they're moving through. Team Resist though realized that
and he is 50% low on HP right now.
They're starting to wrap ahead.
But I guess he's gonna be safe. Oh my, what the fuck, bro?
Mercy trying to get this confirmation on a doozy. But I think he's actually gonna get out. Example's been found as well. Twisted Mind just continues to run into so much damage. Schengen finds him. And the explosion on it. Blue does find Rina. And Everlong is on the receiving end
it is
of the damage
one of the most important arc as
tire
well.
popped, and this is a terrible car to drive with just 3 wheels. It just scoots everywhere. And look at that circle.
Sit and watch, then you won't get sleep.
Put it in reverse.
Lazy guy.
Best thing you can do. Slow but steady.
Guys.
Circle directly on top of Na'Vi. This
is
their
took
game
down
to
a player,
win.
I guess. Boris
This one.
Or not. Was it Bushido
Wildcats? In a ditch right now, slightly. but it's just going to give them so much safety all the way through that end game. And there's going to be a bit of a battle on the outside edge of the circle between a lot of squads. I don't think anyone's really getting through this unscathed, if that means that they have to use utility to get through as a four-man, or even just lose one player here and there. You are losing something whilst battling on the outside edge.
First has been taken down.
Scav gets the confirmation onto Mame. Rocks gets the knock on to Phil first here. 9-0 Slack. They're trying to hold on to this northeastern side, but they've got VP, our current lobby leaders, ahead of them. It's looking like a tall task ahead of them to make something work, but they can get in. Levante gets the confirmation onto Batulins here. It's really a rough game for Twisted Minds so far.
Revive ho gaya hamara player.
Yeah, I mean, wherever Twisted Minds has gone, it's constantly under pressure right now. I think they tried to spread out, try and figure out as much area as possible to play in. I think it's the best thing that they could have done. It's gonna keep them alive a little bit longer. BB finding balls.
Best lodge ne mara
down. Code Marco, unfortunately. A little bit of team.
They are planning to push on Hive. Well, they have to.
SAUL chasing down Hive. This team had a strong position at the start of the game. They get caught out of it now, and SAUL looking to push on through. Mogor, though, has got something to say about us. Phil first will go down.
This is a difficult angle to push here because those riches are not out inside. Hive's holding terrain that's also not inside here, so they're fighting for terrain that's not in 1 minute. They're gonna have to finish this fight quickly or disengage and get into a different spot here. They're trying to get the points, trying to resolve this quickly. A Doozy tries to run away from that. 17 damage still done. Smokes ahead of them here, and now they're trying to leapfrog into this circle to hold out Hive. Lou gets a kill from Fantasia. Levante finds Doozy in the distance there. They're holding the northern side of this new circle here, and Vitality looking good, looking poised for some more points.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, for SAUL, like, they've come on the edge of the circle and it has just been tough. They've run into a bunch of competition. Twisted Minds had the similar thing, but I think for them it was quite literally the case of we just have to split up and try and get as many positions as possible to play in. It's not likely we get in further, and I think that's the difference maker between them and Twisted Minds. Twisted Minds just says that we agree that we are going to lose players.
Yeah, I mean, Hive committing so much to not get into this next circle here. Now Perfect is just going to rain hell of them with the nades. Good nades coming through. More committed here. Shouldn't have been cooked, but that's still one more knock to come in for Lou as well. And now there's smokes upon smokes. Look at that. Confirmations trying to come through from the knocks. And Twisted Minds trying to just salvage as many points as they can.
I mean, this is a hard shift over towards the eastern side. First Pro going absolutely crazy. Lucarux does have the P90, takes down Nitro. Vitality also still consistently chiming in here. Quizzy has an absolute swivel over the circle right now. He has got the telescope out and he is finding targets around. The Mythov still stuck out though on that northern edge. We'll have to pass by through Team Vitality. Schengen's going to try and get a little bit of tiny high ground. See if he can spot over towards Perfectix, but the shots are good right now from Twisted Minds.
What damage?
Difficult game for Hive, difficult game for Nemesis, and for Twisted Minds. The circles continue to go away from them. All the fights are happening on the eastern side, and now Navi is looking to hold out all these teams here. We're going to have a fight on the northern side with TMO and Vitality eventually. And Twisted Minds going out in 10th place. Diffix finding Perfectix. They continue to get kills even though they're in a difficult spot.
Yeah, Team Nemesis immediately sends over between Hive and the blue zone. I think it's a very good position to play, all things considered. They identified the location of Team Vitality. The Mythos sending in, doing tricks on it with the bike. They are still losing players. Justice up on high. Woe to leave this rock. My bad has an angle.
Very difficult for them. And now with Levante in the front man here, he's just gonna try to take him down, but him and finds the off angle. And yeah, losing so much here, and it's outside the circle. Look at Nemesis also encroaching onto their position, flexing out to close it off. Nixie finds him, and TMO is out in 7th place. 10 kills already for BP. SAUL out in 6th place.
They're crossing that border into triple digits as well earlier on in this game. Really fantastic stuff.
वो देखो VP को 1-1-1-1-1
all over the place. I think it's been
11
a really
kills
cool
and
game
111 points. Oh my,
points in the
amazing,
circle and figure out
amazing,
how
my
can they
goodness.
get in, how can they capitalize off the back of
Bro,
it.
VP
But
is on fucking
gigantic
fire,
shots
bro.
coming through from Lucarux, takes down Diffex, the top player currently in the lobby. Hard to do much
Look at
versus a
them,
P90 though, and
bro.
Team Nemesis will go down to 3 as VP immediately bolsters this line.
Oh my.
bgmi and the Correxy just pushing straight into Nemesis. They know this is the team to shut down. 13 kills, 23 points ahead of Nemesis currently. For them, with the amount of pressure already onto them. Look at that Hackatory. The boys are pushing out though. This is an aggressive push to get out of the compound, to put pressure onto VP. Hackatory finds Nixie. Can they get more out of this one?
Tori looking to do what he does best and get up in the face with VP.
bgmi.
Another goes down to Nixie, but bgmi is absolutely blasting right now. Finds 2 and evens the deal. Lucarux though, last player alive now for Virtus Pro. 14
Nemesis
kills on the
BT
game.
dega.
It's another massive game that they're having here. And this seems to be their MO, right? Just come out swinging, get yourself these huge, juicy matches, and then just sort of cruise control over your others. Very, very good stuff from VP so far. And again, this game is just decent either way. Already a clear 24 points ahead of Team Nemesis after this game is said and done. Ascend, though, might be on for the back-to-back.
Yeah, Ascend is just laughing inside the circle. Meanwhile, all the other teams are trying to fight each other outside. Hello, my bad. Trying to heal and try to get into this one here. 2 solos.
Back on the top of the table.
3 solos, sorry. VP, Nemesis, and Vitality. And a full format now on Navi. It felt like Stade actually had a time to strike onto Navi with the 2 knocks that we saw. And then instead he goes for this one here. He could have, he had 3 nades. He could have gotten 2 knocks and confirms with that, because the rests were going on too. And Lucarux, that's a broken observer. It's not looking the right direction on me. Here we go. There's the right observing perspective we're going for. VP, 15 kills though, and a 3rd place for them, guaranteed. Shots coming in from him. P90 in the hand of Lucarux is pretty different here, but can he get more out of this one?
Confidence
Squeeze another point out of this one, blank.
Yeah, I mean, Navi's down to 3. You got Boostic in the front line, just holding him out. Gonna head back to Pologne. Some more lethals on side. Nade would be good. He has a rough idea of where he's playing.
Bro.
That is just Lucarux to a T. I mean, what? Even though he goes out, those shots are disgusting, all things considered. And now it is a 3
second chicken in a
versus
row,
4.
guys.
Can Navi, from an incredible position at the start of the game, potentially get the 3v4 going? It's Chris with the AWM fully kitted out.
Guys. I guess it's Ascend position points pe upar
the
aa
big
gaye.
boy gun here. There's no way they're not losing this one here. It feels like they've got all the terrain advantage. They've got all the crates. They've got all the gear. Navi's hurt. They committed so much smoke, so much utility. And here we're sitting with 5 smokes on nade and 3 stuns. Full 3 gear for It's Chris. 4 nades on Keta. And it's a Keta 98 even. Look at that. Look at the total amount of utility they have to spare. 10 nades. Plenty of smokes. On the side of Navi, it's very sparse. That's for sure. 1 nade, 3 nades. That's a 4 total. So the utility wall is definitely to be won by Ascend here. And look at that. They've got nothing to play ahead of them without Ascend having locked all of it. But the big one for me is if Navi plays this together as a 3-man and goes to against one position, they could potentially win it and then take the fight against the other guys here. They're playing kind of spread out, but it's maybe spread out a little bit too thin in between the Ascent guys.
I mean, the problem is for Navi is that they get a beneficial circle shift for them, which comes back over towards the western side, but it's open ground. They start moving out. I don't think I saw any emergency cover flares either, so life gets very difficult for Navi. And even if they get close enough to throw their grenades, you're right, there's so much more that Ascend can send back at them. So they do have to single out positions, right? And slowly pull Ascend apart piece by piece.
गाड़ी से वो लोग push करेंगे क्या? Hoop है ना उन लोग पे वैसे तो.
That's how the approach should be released. Let's see what they decide to. They're in a coupe right now. got the smoke ahead of them, and now they got space. They got something to work with.
Nah.
And Kiliakai, look at that, it's Chris. He's got the angle. That's a shot. The jump is a little bit difficult to hit. He was at the edge of the smoke. No silence on that one, so they have no doubt. 81 damage done. Now shots coming in with M249.
We need to finish top 4 for good
well.
PGC
K9
points going to
itself,
playoff.
that sounds like Keter 98 shots going out towards them. Look at this, Na'Vi under tons of pressure already.
4x लगा के रखा है.
Send Keta starting to move out. It's another slow, suffocating finish coming through from Ascend. And why not really? Every single advantage is in their favor. They had to close this one out strong with the back-to-back, which, you know, will put them, should put them closer to that top 4, right? I mean, it's only 2 kills on the game, but still very successful couple of matches that they've already had to date.
Yeah. Very impressed with what they've been able to do here today, especially Kiliakai. He had 0 kills yesterday. They've been able to turn it up.
Last minute है ये. इसके बाद
machine usually.
Match खत्म हो जाएगा because they have to push inside the zone
now. It's their
now.
game to lose, man.
Okay, Ascend have to push. I guess.
Hackatori and Ferris.
2 players उनके बाहर हैं.
Difficult to deny. These guys are really strong, and Nates are coming in too. Hackatori finds Kiliakai. Nates are coming in towards Keter. They're going to have to commit so much utility to save this.
Wait, T-Bone.
And look at this, T-Bone with the off angle. He's got such an off angle. And look at that, shots coming in towards him straight. Immediate headshot onto him, though. And now the delay from Navi's being sent. He's going to try to survive. He got shot. Med kit. It's going to come off. He's going to be 100 HP. Now he can take the win. The shot towards the next guy here. Fairest down low himself.
Oh
now the
my
shots
God.
coming through because he's not in this
Are you
exact
kidding me,
LOS,
guys?
But it's Chris finds Fairest.
Not easy.
Yeah, Hackatori finding that. I mean, that's a hard pickup to go for. EDBM sent in.
Nades आ रहे हैं. Next nade पे एक knock.
But for Na'Vi, losing Ferris is a big problem. Keter now creeping his way over.
T-Bone down. 3v2.
Will boost up here.
ये ले जाएगा.
For this
Keter.
Endgame. I think it's likely the Ferris gets back up again. They're going to just play this as 2.
I don't think so. Is he going for it? Ah, they're...
Yeah, no, yeah, so they're just going to play it as 2.
Right, okay. Nades are coming in too as well. Connecting onto Boostic here. He's low. He's going to try to hide behind a tree. He's got the Doritos to work with. Let's see here. Hackatori leading the damage charge here. Can he make something work? Can they play this one out right? Na'Vi has a better angle towards that center dot, but a Panzerfaust in the back of Kiliakai is scary. Doesn't connect from its Chris. Now they're going to have to go back to get the arm and the machine working again. The well-oiled Ascend machine.
Last zone. 3 versus 2. No revive for Navi's player.
This game means a lot to them. Get themselves back in a position where they can strike up towards that top of the leaderboard. Hackatori with barely an angle will find Keter. Kiliakai with another Panzerfaust in hand. A 2v2 though now. From unbelievable odds here on the side of Na'Vi. The Panzerfaust does nothing. Explodes in a puff of smoke. But Na'Vi stands strong.
That was crazy. So well played.
Dude.
It just gets the confirmation onto Ferris. They now know that it's an effective 2v2 here with Keter being knocked off the offlane. I really like the Keter push there. That's the exact way to do it. But when you go off the machine
इतना
himself,
technical game है कि 4v2 में भी mistake नहीं कर सकते. सोचो ना.
Quick knock. No utility on the side of Na'Vi. 2 bandages only on Boostic here. 5 bandages and 2 first aids on Hackatori. No more utility at all on the side of Na'Vi. They have to win it from here. And have to win it like this.
Hackatori.
4 nades on Keter, and he got knocked on that
4
off angle.
nades,
That
bro,
is
ये डाल नहीं रहा है?
detrimental, but look at the amount of stuns that's still in play here. 3 stuns on its Chris, 2 on Kiliakai. They can still make this work.
Oh, अच्छा 4 nades उस पे था जो knock था. Right. Sorry, my bad.
Because in a raw gunfight, it really does feel that Na'Vi sort of has the advantage here. Hackatori is kind of been blasting from this position, but how does he get out from behind this position? He's just going to send it forward. It's Chris sprays through the smoke with the M249, gets a little bit of damage done. So it's sent in.
A lot of stun grenades committed to go to an off angle that not getting them a lot already.
Oh, 1v1.
It's Chris find Hagatari. It's traded
Revive,
immediately. And now it's Chris. Worth it blue stick here. Can he make it work? Can he make the dream come true for Rich Chris and Ascend to get this win home here? Let's see what happens, Blank.
I mean, it's been another classic Ascend suffocate, but Na'Vi looking to break the fingers, break the lock. Here is the M249. On a triangle.
Well played, Ascend. But Na'Vi NT.
It's Chris. Ascend are able to make it happen.
Buddy, but Virtus Pro still take 15 kills, bro.
Back to back here over on Tego.
What a crazy game for us to have a Northern Ireland Tego game.
Chalo guys, last match remaining hai. You can definitely go and check it out on this channel, PUBG EMEA. ये वाले चैनल पे आप चेकआउट कर सकते हो. ठीक है, मैं जाता हूँ, अभी सोता हूँ. आई एम टू टायर्ड एंड आई विल प्रोबेबली व्हाट, ये कैसे बचा गाड़ी से, लमाओ. चलो गाइस, हैव अ गुड नाइट एवरीवन, टेक केयर. इफ यू आर वाचिंग, डू कंटिन्यू टू वॉच. एंड जाने से पहले लाइक करे बगैर मत जाना एंड सब्सक्राइब करे बगैर मत जाना. टेक केयर, बाय बाय, सी यू गाइस इन माय नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम व्हेनेवर इट इज.